Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another one of your favorite shows to watch on this channel. Welcome to Husam X Tom X Kopish. You get me? Big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Joining us first and foremost, the biggest criminal in the northwest of England. Man like Tom Little. Hi Tom.
What wire fraud have I ever committed?
You're like, listen, fraud is the one thing you can't even argue. Like,
No, what's wire fraud? What's terrorism? I know so much. My transfer suggestions
terrorism
aren't
is you
great.
falling in love with Nunes off of compilations. That's terrorism right there.
Honestly, God.
Fraudulence is you wanting Mason Mount. Fraudulence. Wire fraud is you wanting to pay 70 million for check Decore. Wire fraud right there.
For fuck's
It's
sake.
true. It's true. Anyway, guys, my partner is back. You get me? He's here after taking a break last week from babysitting Callum and Kopish. Joining us is man like Matt. How you doing, Matt, mate?
What's going on, bro? You're right, man. What's going on, Tom?
I'm good.
Big up,
It's good to be back, man. Missed last week. You get big up Jerry as well, because I managed to catch a bit at the show as well. So big up Jerry as well. I know Jerry was here last week, man.
Did you enjoy us discussing facilitators and having a
Yeah,
different
bro.
between all four of them?
That one was crazy. That bit, I was like, no, they're never going to agree on what a facilitator is. They're never going to agree. We won't go back there again, though. Let's not. But big up the chat each and every time. Come on.
Big up, Matt. Big up, big up, big up. And of course, the heart and soul of Kopish, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely love working with this guy. You know, and I just love him to pieces, man. Man like Callum in the building. How you doing, Callum?
Not too bad, brothers. How you guys do?
I'm great. I'm great.
Can I rip the band-aid off? Tom, bro. A Borussia Dortmund shirt. What are we doing here?
That's why I said to you, man.
I'm wearing this in solidarity. You know, I'm wearing this in solidarity for my top centre back target, who was a victim of the Cal case. Well, I couldn't wait for Nico Stotterbeck to join Liverpool, and then all of a sudden, Cal mentions him by name. MCL injury, out for the season.
It's not technically an MCL, it's a meniscus.
Because you know that's fine. That's fine.
Tom, I don't know if you saw what Callum was doing on Kopish yesterday. First of all, guys, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. You get me? So everyone, you get me? Just like and subscribe now, please. Do you actually see what Callum was doing on Kopish yesterday? He was threatening the audience.
On Monday morning. I was
Share
in the
something
chat.
on the screen and I'll read it out to you. So as you see on the screen, it says the word snitch. So what I've done is I've gone onto the Cambridge Dictionary website and I've looked at the definition of a word snitch. So snitch, to secretly tell someone in authority that someone else has done something bad, often in order to cause trouble. Examples: she thought I'd snitched on her. He snitched to my boss that I'd been making long distance calls at work. Or another example: the Kopish community is snitching on Cal whenever he speaks about transfers. So I don't know. I don't know if you guys want to be labeled that, if you want to be labeled as snitches, but I'm just saying that there's a few of you that meet that definition at the moment. Again, just I'll read it one more time for anyone who didn't catch it the first time. To secretly tell someone, well, I mean, maybe you guys aren't snitches because you're not doing it in secret, but to secretly tell someone in authority that someone else has done something bad, often in order to cause trouble. I mean, I'm not doing anything bad if this is my job, but you're definitely causing trouble. So you definitely fit the criteria of snitching. So I'll repeat, if any of you guys match that, hey, as Bob Marley says, if the cap fit, let them wear it. Right, a couple of you.
So, guys, Schlotterbeck has an MCL injury. You
That's
get me?
dark. That's
The
dark.
one guy that he's consistently said he wanted. Ryan Shirky is no longer coming to Liverpool. Luis Diaz is not moving to Saudi Arabia. Anything else you want to get off our list?
You haven't included
Aicedo went to Chelsea. Lavia went to Chelsea.
You haven't included the
FSG,
one where
FSG are still here. Yeah,
I didn't
shall
actually
play
want
more
Lavia.
clips?
I didn't want Lavia to be
Now,
fair.
what you've got to include to Sam is, in his aim to keep Schlotterbeck out of his mouth, he started using Bastoni as a placeholder. You'll never guess who went off at half time.
It's a
on the
placeholder,
weekend.
you know.
You'll never guess
Who
who went
went,
off for
who went off at halftime? Tom, tell him.
Bastoni, you know. First injury
Oh.
of his career, pretty much.
First injury of his career.
Well, certainly the last 3 seasons. So, you know, people want to doubt this calculus. It's a very real and very serious thing. So, if anyone has any top targets, we kind of need to, like...
Callum, you know,
Well,
is there something like this? What Nino's saying as well. The sin you committed that only you and God knows. Please repent now for the sake of Liverpool. Bro, we need top players. Big up the panel. Like, you're a very nice guy. You're a great guy. You get me. I have nothing negative to say about you. But like, did you like murder someone and like put them up? Like, what's going on? Like, what happened in a previous life? There is no way. This guy does so much Schlotterbeck prop, and the guy gets an MCL. Like,
and it was only literally the other day, innit? Literally the other day. Was it the weekend?
Mm-hmm.
It was on the weekend. Came out yesterday, and I didn't know until Lauren said it in the
I
chat.
will say this though, Tom, that's nasty work. The fact that you're wearing a Dortmund shirt to remind that's your crime partner, Tom.
Yeah, this
like,
is
I am simply wearing it in solidarity for Nico. My top centre back target, Nico.
All right, Tom, did you wanted Schlotterbeck as well, right?
Yeah.
So how do we know the curse isn't on you?
Because I didn't want Ryan Cherky, but he's still not joining us.
Cool, Fairs. Fairs. Good comeback.
Nice trying to shift that curse.
Yeah, I was.
You tried to shift that.
Yeah, I did. I tried.
You want to know? I noticed something. Me and Matt never ever try to stab each other in the back ever. These guys repeatedly every stream are stabbing each other in the back. I swear. Like there are so many knife marks.
You're a dysfunctional tag team. Yeah, that's the best to describe you. Like.
With the rock and sock. Remember the rock and sock? The rock and mankind. That's who we are. Like, we're dysfunctional, but it works.
No, you're not the rock and mankind. You're the Highlanders. Man said we're two of the greatest wrestlers of all time. Have some humility, mate. Man said, like, come on. Oh, God.
Yo.
Listen, big up everyone locked in. Let's get into it. You get me? We've roasted Callum enough already on the show. I've tried. I've spoken to Drifty. I've spoken to Matt on the side. I said, guys, can we stop this? We need this club to be great again. But it's just impossible.
Sam, we offered to take over the Monday shows just so Cal wouldn't do it.
Do you know what I'm gonna do? All right, hear this now. I'll do a little. You see, like, obviously, once the season's done, and obviously we get to the summer transfer window when it opens.
Yeah, Cal's doing UFC content exclusively. Then
I'll do a little test. What I might do is I'll do Cal's Monday show and I'll do my own show. Maybe Cal will get, and let's just see what happens in transfer market. I'll be real though, Cal. If for whatever reasons we start signing players because you're not doing the show, we've got to have a serious conversation, Cal.
I'm just saying.
Your position at coffee might just be a season for 1 week. Just for 1 week, Cal. For 1 week, you won't do a morning show. I'll do it. I'll do your one on Monday, and I'll do mine on Wednesday. Just for do his one on Friday. Yeah, just for 1 week, just to see if anything changes. Because say someone gets injured, at least then we can say, all right, it's not you then, because I did the show in it. So it can't. So it almost kind of proves you right that you're not cursed, bro. But let's just see what happens.
I think Callum should be on Copish all the time. I think he's a fantastic panel member. He's a founder. You get me? He's one of the goats of this whole thing. But I just don't want him talking transfers. That's it. Other than that, do all the content you want.
Supervision with him.
Talk tactics, talk formations, talk lineups, talk anything you want. Just not transfers. That's the one topic you just don't talk about.
You know what? No, talk about other teams' transfers. Talk about Man City and Verts.
Why don't you do a stream? Alexander Isak headed to Arsenal. You know, if you do that, you're helping us.
You've got to use this case in the right way.
No, but you know what? I think Kyle genuinely thinks deep down. If he does that and say, like, for example, let's say Isak was nailed on to go Arsenal, and Kyle's like, Isak's got, and then all of a sudden Isak just doesn't turn up at Arsenal. That's when you know it's real, because it's got nothing to do with Liverpool at that point.
Or if I say Isak to Arsenal and it actually goes through.
Yeah, that's another thing as well.
Yeah, then it's your fault.
You'd never, none of you lot would ever forgive me. You wouldn't.
Yeah. For
So
real.
I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
No,
Basically,
you're
Cal,
not damned if you don't, because we have enough proof. Caicedo, FSG, Lavia, Chouameni, Schlotterbeck, Bastoni, Shirky. Shall I keep going?
Kvaratskhelia.
Yeah, Kvaratskhelia. How can you forget
Kvaratskhelia,
Kvaratskhelia?
Nunes in January. Nunes in January. Liverpool Football Club rejected 80-something million for Nunes. And I'm supposed to believe that that's not the Callum Sanderson curse.
The other one was Pedro Neto back in the day.
To be fair, I'm
Oh,
glad,
yeah,
I'm glad we
no.
didn't get him. Fucking hell, you wank. But you know
You're
what, Cal?
snitching on yourself at this point.
Cal, do you know what? You can do shows on copy. I think everyone wants to see you on copy. You're a very entertaining fella, but you need
Yeah.
supervision on there. We need to make sure that you're not doing any solo shows, because
Also, remember, you always have a joker card. Jamie Phillips. Just get him on Monday morning. Just tell him, Jamie, listen, here you go. Control the stream. Just talk transfers. And that's it. Jamie can keep people entertained for an hour.
You can deal with one show not getting monetized a week. For
Yeah.
the great, for
Yeah,
the
that's
greater
what I was
good
going
of
to
the
say.
club.
It's the demonetization that we would have to factor in. Big up, Jamie.
No, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Jay seems like he's turned over a new leaf. Nah, I say that. He said some wild things yesterday on Monty's show. No,
He literally said Solskjaer is there to make women moist.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not called turning a page over, with all due respect. You get me,
Yeah,
Jamie?
Jay.
You will forever be a cancelable machine, but that's why we love you. You get me? Because
Yeah, Jamie is wild. The fact
You
that
are
I
the
think,
wildest.
the fact that I think he's turned over a new leaf because he's toned down the wildness says a lot.
yeah, Solskjaer is
Facts.
there for work and to make the woman moist. Big
Yeah,
up
that's
to you,
crazy.
Jamie Phillips. Big up to you.
Jamie, you know, madman. Big up, Jamie.
Tom is the wildest scouser on YouTube. Big up, gang. Big up to you, Shaq Abden. Big up. Hope you're good as well. Shaq's a real one because he got married and his wife still didn't stop him from watching this channel. So I appreciate you. I
That's
like
fact.
Shaq. Also, Cal should stop talking transfers in real life.
Yes.
I think we should allow Callum to talk transfers, but under one condition: when it's completely done. Like when the player is announced by Liverpool Football Club and he's holding the shirt and he signed the contract already. That's when he should be allowed. To talk.
Cal, were you at any point talking about Nabil Fekir?
Yes, I promise you he will.
Because Nabil Fekir had everything signed and sorted, and we still didn't get him.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was,
man,
Tell
look
us
how
this
we're not
too
to
much.
get
It
It might not
Nabil
even be safe
Fekir.
then. It might
Yeah,
not even be safe then.
Nabil Fekir might have been when the curse began.
I think that's when it started. If I'm being
Or,
honest.
no, that in fact, Dani Alves was the very first one. But then I had a break
Fucking
for
hell.
some years.
I didn't even know you back. That was 2006.
I know. But the Nabil Fekir one, I really wanted Liverpool to sign Fekir. As soon as I knew Coutinho was leaving,
Yeah.
I want Fekir. I'd watch compilations every day and be like, yeah, it's happening. It has to happen. And then when I saw Fekir Friday, I was like, oh my goodness. And then the next day was a madness. And then life hasn't really been the same since.
Bro, going back.
There's
I
too
will,
much
I will
evidence.
say
This
this
is
though.
like,
I will say this. I did
yeah.
want us to sign Allison. I did really want to sign Virgil even before we were linked with him as well. So to be yeah,
Yeah, but the Virgil one we had to wait 6 months because we got done for tapping up. So that's also the fucking Cal case.
And I did really want us to get Salah as well. I really wanted us to get Salah as well.
When
So I'd
2014 or 2017, because we were trying to get him in 2014, we didn't get him
yeah,
then.
Yeah.
2014. That was a bad year. That was me.
Yeah, so your curse was like what, a 6-year curse until he came
No,
after?
I would say my curse really started in 2019. That's when it really started.
No, I reckon
Coincidentally, when I started with
I reckon Cal wants a Conor Priyanka. Cal was somebody who wanted like Conor Priyanka, and then
No, I didn't actually want Conor Priyanka. I didn't want to. I wanted Arshavin.
Cal can't talk transfers and Matt can't meet players. What's going on with this Matt meet players?
Oh my god! Apparently, if I meet a player, they get injured straight away. They just get injured.
Oh,
Who did you meet
I had a case
Not
like
just
that for a while.
not just a regular injury though, life-changing injury.
Who did he meet and then he got injured?
Thiago Alcantara.
He was already injured, bro.
To be fair,
Oh,
to be fair,
Husam.
I'm not.
Husam, don't listen to them. They're trying to create a
I'm
divide.
gonna
That's
defend Matt here.
what they're trying to do, bro.
I'm gonna
Not
defend
getting
Matt.
in London.
It's
Husam,
like
he
it's
didn't
like
play
if you
against
met
the rest
Naby
of the-
Hater.
That's
He
my
would- I
point.
wouldn't blame him.
No, let me land.
Thiago retired.
Let me land. There's a reason why Thiago was in London, bro. He wasn't kicking ball.
Yeah,
What are
and
we
you put a
doing
na-
here?
And you put a nail in the coffin and said you'll never kick ball
Oh,
again.
bro. So Thiago was really injured when I met him. That was
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
But I met him during the pandemic.
Exactly. What happened after the pandemic?
To be fair, he got his
He
injury
was still
before the
kicking
pandemic.
ball though. He didn't get injured.
He ruptured his Achilles. He was going to go Bayern Munich and ruptured his Achilles.
Yeah, but that wasn't before the pandemic.
That was
don't think
before, bro.
Either way, bro. He got.
Had nothing to do with
This
me.
doesn't work, Kel.
No, listen. We're not gonna do this to Matt.
I had a case. When I'd go to games and meet players after, and take a photo with players after the games, the next transfer window they go. I done it with like 7 players.
Who did you take pictures with?
Suarez,
Oh,
Sterling,
he's like bite who?
Sterling.
Wow.
Coutinho.
What? So they all went the year after.
Wow.
No, the next transfer
The
window.
window after
The next
yeah.
transfer window.
Yeah.
So I
you
took
got the
a
worst
photo with Coutinho in the November, and he fucked off in the January.
That's dark.
Hold on. So you've had this all this time, and you didn't once think to quickly
When
go
was
and
the
meet
last-
Nunes.
Where was it? Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
You couldn't
To be
have met
fair,
Nunes.
That's actually a great point.
No,
Why
I
didn't
have-
you go
I
take a
haven't-
picture
No,
with
you're
Nunes?
using your
I
powers.
haven't
You're
been-
using
I
your
haven't- I
powers
haven't
wrong,
been-
bro.
I haven't been going games since, and I kind of ended the case when I took a photo with Trent. Now, although that seems to have fucking broken now, hasn't it?
Tom,
Brother.
you need to take one for the team. Can you go to Anfield? Like, can you? I'll speak to Asim. I'll get you a ticket. Can you go meet Nunes, please? Take a picture of them. I beg you, take a picture with Nunes.
Anyone else? Anyone else on the hit list?
Yes,
that we
take a
wanna get rid
picture
of?
with Nunes, with Jota, with Diaz, with Robertson, with Simicast. Take a picture with a lot of them.
I'm not taking
please.
one, but I like Robertson. I'm not. Gonna
Okay, take a
one
picture
with
with Simicast then. Happy?
So
Can take a
you
picture
are
with
just
Kwanzaa.
You've got a curse
well.
just as bad as mine.
I'm trying to remember. Voronin was one, although
Oh,
we're quite happy to see him.
Yeah,
Become a favourite,
Vernon
isn't
is
Shawn Michaels.
in it.
Who else was that?
I just know me and Matt have no curses, and that's the reality.
I ain't got no curse, bro.
We just established a player curse.
Yeah, no, you didn't establish
Bro.
nothing because he met Thiago when he was injured
He
already.
was
That's why
already
he was in
injured.
London.
Thiago was already like he was in London,
I'm
bro.
trying to remember.
I'm
who
not
else
like
it was.
Tom. I don't stab my partner in the back. I ride out for my partner. There's a difference.
You know what I'm
You get
saying?
me?
Oh yeah.
Hold
I had
on,
one.
no, Husam,
I had
hold on.
one
Your
with Bobby
curse is
Firmino.
It's football results, Husam. Your curse is football results.
Yeah, your
No,
case
it's not.
is who we getting draws.
How is it?
No, it's
If-
not. I don't
That's
have
just
a
a
curse.
predict. You just talk about predictions, though.
Yeah.
If we get a team Husam wants in a draw, we go out.
Husam
Bro,
said,
that's
I,
just a
I wanted
prediction,
Benfica,
man.
but I wasn't scared because of PSG.
didn't you say we'd whoop Chelsea early in the season and we stumbled?
Oh yeah,
over
and
it?
he was apologising for that one very quickly.
Oh wow! I said we're gonna beat Chelsea 3-0 and we beat them 2-1. How's that a curse?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
We
also
still
still
won the
owed an
game.
apology, by the way. I'm also still owed an apology for the Everton game.
What, that we won again?
No, because we were on the stream, me and Husam on the Sunday before,
Yeah.
and Husam said, "I think we're gonna smash them by 3 goals." And I went, "That's not gonna happen in a derby." And he went,
But,
"Okay, we'll do it."
I don't know who to go to first. I'm going to go to you, Tom. As
He
Liverpool-
can't handle it.
today.
He
What you saying?
can't handle it.
It's okay, Tom.
Handle it. Jürgen, mate, I love you, but it's time to go. I just
Wow.
think he can't handle it.
And
He
Sam
can't
is a
handle the
menace.
press.
And Sam is the
Hey,
biggest
nah,
menace
Sam's
on
a
YouTube.
general. That's what a general does.
He
He had
can't
to
handle the
sacrifice.
press.
He had to sacrifice one of his pawns for the greater good. Sorry, Tom.
You can't handle the press. I'm still waiting for my apology, Husam.
2-0, it's fucking Bradley Donny Webber's fucking name scored.
Gotta mix these packs and potions, no peace till I put a sim in a burner. I'm on the block like Werner, back road Laker, fully paid bro, I'm an earner. I fly past, I'm a head top tamer. The melons are washed like Sammy Khedira, and they should start calling me uncle, because when I speak on these beats, they get murdered. Bam, 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 bam! All this
Big up
because he
to-
can't give me an apology. He's
Big up
around.
to
He's
Tom's a
done.
legend, you know. Tom's a legend, you know. Tom's a
No,
legend. I can't
he is.
lie, bro.
He is.
He's a
He
legend,
is.
bro.
Let me just get through this so I can talk about the football. Cal, you need to do a
Yeah, I'm gonna
groveler
get
and
my
pee on the
keys,
goal
whatever.
post to lift the curse. Just make sure it's not on us.
You don't need.
Hold
I
on.
don't need those additional
Hold on.
problems.
Whose fucking head's that on the fucking photo?
What, is that you?
That's you.
Fucking me.
Kyle, you need to do a grobbler and pee on the
That's
goal
why his
post.
name's Zone
Let's
14.
make sure it's not
No,
in school.
zone 14 is crazy.
Bro, that is a madness,
What the
you know.
fuck?
Man said so we don't get any additional problems.
No one can convince me this is not the greatest show of all time. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not asked about. I'm not asked about the fucking kid. Why the fuck have you put my head on a Simpson? in your
Bro.
profile picture.
They're trying to say you're part of the
Zone
aliens and thing, innit? I don't know.
What the fuck?
They're trying to say you're with.
So
no,
Tom
you're
Little
not-
turns players into rats. That's what we're saying. You have to. Can you please go meet Nunez? I beg you, please. Big up to David Race who says, Matt, did you meet Virgil before the ACL? Also,
No.
no,
Do
he
you know when
didn't. There's no
I met
Matt first.
I met Virgil in 17-18 with Drifty. 17-18. Never met Cater, by the way. Never met Cater.
Yeah,
either.
guys, there's no Matt curse. You just allow
There's
this.
no
It's
curse,
just a
bro.
Callum curse and a Tom curse. Big up to Ed who says, Atalanta! yes, we all remember. We all remember. But that's not really a curse, innit? That's not a curse. Like, I was happy we drew Atalanta. We should have beaten them, but we didn't.
Yeah, I
so
agree.
that's what it is. Anyway, let's get to the football, you guys, because we've spent the last 20 minutes just roasting the shit out of Callum and Tom. Let's talk about Liverpool Fulham. I go to you first, Matt, because you've returned after last week.
Yeah.
Another L. Not another L, because it's the first L since Forest, but drop
Yeah,
points again. So, talk to me.
Here's the thing. We're in bad form at the wrong time. I think that's 3 losses in 4, if I'm not mistaken. When you count in the Newcastle, this game, and there was another game as well. I'm trying to remember. Our PSG. Listen, I did a preview for that game with Cal, and I said it's Fulham. They are a good team, but I'm comfortable. We should be going to Fulham with more than enough to go and beat Fulham. They are a good team, but on the flip note of that, they're going to be aggressive, which will leave space for us, right? Hence how we scored the first goal with McAllister. It was an interception. McAllister picked up the ball, smashed into net. You're thinking, all right, I knew what I was talking about. From that moment, I didn't realize that I was going to be absolutely going crazy because the individuals who we normally rely upon decided to have an absolute disaster class. Ibu, you could arguably say maybe you could see it coming because since the injury, he hasn't been at his best. Virgil, again, just like the Everton game, didn't look good. And obviously Robertson. We lost that game because of individuals. We didn't lose. I know we still lost as a team, but the individual errors really cost us in that game. When we cut out the individual errors, we actually started playing well. Even Slot said as well, last half an hour, you could see that we were going to get something out of that game. But my word, some of these players need to take a look at themselves. I just hope that we just have enough now to get it over the line. And I think we do, because I think the gap is too big for Arsenal personally. I think if Arsenal would have beat Everton, it might have been a slightly different story in terms of them closing up the gap a bit more. But I don't think they're still going to win the title. I still think the title is still going to be won by us. But me and you, especially Husam, have been saying it for a while about Robertson and how he is now a liability. Don't get me wrong, Robertson can still have games like against Everton where you can put in that kind of solid performance. But I just know that I can't trust him anymore. And that pass, what he decided to do there, I have no idea why you would even try and execute that in the first place. Like, you're not Trent. Why would you do a crossfield ball to the right back when that's not even a part of your game anyway? Trent would do that towards Robbo. Then Virgil, I don't understand what's going on with Virgil. I feel like, again, maybe I can understand it when I look at the minutes played. 3,800 minutes for Virgil, 3,800 minutes for Salah. It's not surprising that they're 2 of our oldest players and now they're starting to fall off. Salah, obviously, more so before, but minutes. And that's where I have to look at the manager and go, the manager didn't rotate enough in the season. But we know that already. That's another conversation. Although Slot's been amazing, rotations for me have been poor, especially in the last month when we kind of know exactly which team is going to play. Even against Southampton, again, I've done a preview by myself on that one. And I was saying to the chat, we should have tried and play like even an Endo in that game or a Curtis Jones. Let Soboslai rest. Let McAllister rest. We got to try and rest some of these players at this point. Didn't do that. So, yeah, the fatigue and lack of rotations is a worry. I still think we've got enough to get over the line, though. I'm just glad that the gap is 11 points. But I was really, really pissed off because Fulham didn't beat us. We beat ourselves. And that was really frustrating for me. So, yeah.
With the slot rotation thing, and I'll ask you a question, and we'll get the guys involved as well. Like, there's been a lot of criticism of Slot. There's a tweet I brought up yesterday, and forget like just the person who tweeted it, because most of the people's reactions and like most of the quote tweets and stuff like this is actually in agreement with what he's one of the guys that used to speak on spaces, stuff like this. Tom was in the chat yesterday. I spent the whole like stream almost defending Arne Slot, but this is the kind of the opinion that's been brought up. If you go to the street, you will see a lot of people in the replies and a lot of people in like the quotes agreeing with us. Arne Slot from March to now has been one of the worst managers in the league. His underutilization of the squad has cost us big time. Chiesa not getting any minutes. Jones playing right back. Robertson playing every game. His arrogance and ineptitude has been shocking since March, he said. So with Slot's criticism specifically, you mentioned the rotation thing. What would you have liked seen different yesterday?
So me personally, we played Jota up front, and I understand Jota got a goal against Everton, but I may have even switched that up and potentially gone, call me crazy, even a Diaz false 9. Cody Gakpo didn't look that great, but maybe I would have started Gakpo. But Tsimikas, I would have started Tsimikas. And not only that, I know Conor Bradley's just come back, but Curtis Jones at right back just didn't work. You should have made that change straight away, or even started a Conor Bradley. And then you go to the midfield. I think McAllister's been superb. Gravenberch, if I'm being honest, didn't have like a bad game. I think even McAllister weren't too bad. But even Soboslai again, like, brother, we understand you're an athlete, but if the athlete has no energy, what's the point? So why not bring in a Harvey Elliott? You could have. Here's the thing: you don't have to make wholesale changes. You can make tweaks. No one said don't play Salah. No one said don't play Virgil. But you see, Robertson didn't have to start. Jones didn't have to start. Soboslai didn't have to start. That's enough there. You can make 3 changes and that'll be enough. Just a little bit of freshness. Playing the same team over and over and over again is only gonna lead to one.
You know,
thing.
my problem is not rotation. My problem is actually the style that we play. Like the thing that pisses me off for the last 4 or 5 games is this long ball approach that we're starting to apply that just irritates my soul watching Liverpool football.
But we are only
There is
applying that because we
by the way,
can't play
like
normal
all the goals that we've scored, just think since the game against PSG, every single ball that goal that we have scored has been on the ground. Not a single long ball, not a single. And the thing is, you're playing Diogo Jota, bro. Like next week against West Ham, Todibo is 6'2". Callum is 6'5". What's the point of playing long balls? They're just gonna eat it up every time we play on the ground. Even at Wembley, the one goal we scored, we played on the ground. Against Everton, we played on the ground. We kept playing long balls. I think the problem is the way that we play, not necessarily rotation.
But
because the way that we play has become almost like this. Let me just say, almost like long ball, and I despise that so much. And I think Conor Bradley and Luis Diaz made a difference. Here's my problem with Slot against Fulham. Substitutions came way too late because we were 3-1 down at halftime, so change it at halftime. And the second thing is we waited way too long to change our style, meaning Bradley came on, Salah now has an underlapping fullback. Suddenly he's a lot better immediately.
Bradley could only do 30 minutes.
Hear me out. Elliot comes on. Suddenly we have someone who is taking risks and is someone who is playing like through balls.
Yeah.
Right? By the way, not every single one Elliot's through balls worked, but at least it's risk taking. It's creating a different dynamic.
Agreed.
It's making the Fulham defense worry a little bit. And the third thing, and this is the thing that just pisses me off the most. Can we put the like Jota for Nunes and Nunes for Jota substitute in the bag? Because I genuinely don't believe that Nunes coming on for Jota would have impacted the game in any way, shape, or form. What I would have done is I would have brought Chiesa on, kept Jota on, played 2 strikers, Chiesa and Jota together, played Diaz on the left. Or if you want, play Chiesa and Gakpo down the middle together. Whatever it is, try to be innovative, try to be creative, try to do something different. And that's the thing. And by the way, as soon as we do something different and we put all those substitutions and we're playing 2 up top, oh, look, we're peppering Fulham's net. That's the point. Like, we just wanted to make those substitutions early, stop playing long balls, and stop making the same subs every game, bro. Like, what's the point of Nunes for Jota?
Husam, this is what I was going to quickly say. Sorry, just quickly. You see Diaz, yeah? If I remember correctly, when we played against Leverkusen, I know it's a long time ago now, obviously in the Champions League, Diaz done the false 9, right? And the way we was playing football, we weren't just smashing the ball up top. Because one, we know Diaz, remember, he picked Diaz because he said they like to be physical, so we're going to play around the centre-backs.
Exactly.
What I don't understand is this, Jota and Nunes have both been stinky this season for different reasons, right? Why couldn't you try to play Diaz in the false 9 to see if it would work?
I agree.
And then, obviously, Gakpo obviously hasn't been that great since he's come back. Start like that, and if that doesn't work, you do what Husam says, and that's when you go to the 2 strikers. You bring on Chiesa. Chiesa maybe plays alongside Diaz up front. Maybe bring on, obviously, still bring on Javier. What I'm saying is, this long ball battering around football is a big issue because it doesn't work with his Nunes. It doesn't work when it's Jota. And what do you know? What hurts me the most is when I saw Jota versus PSG. I've never seen a striker look so ineffective. And don't get me wrong, he scored against Everton the other day, but his overall game still just he's not lacking. There yet. It's just lacking, so we can't even trust.
But I would still rather see Jota in that position than Nunes. Still.
Yeah, agreed.
Even now.
Agreed.
We only play the long ball because we can't break the press. Against Everton, we were on the ground a lot because their press was shit, so we could play through it.
Why couldn't we beat the press, in your opinion?
We couldn't beat the press against Fulham, sorry, because their press was very good. And I'll play that they figured out that if you that they would let Virgil have the ball for once. They let Virgil have the ball rather than Canate. When Canate had the ball, he made the stupid errors, but their press was centered around showing Virgil onto his left foot because he can't play out of that situation on his left. So he'd play it to Robertson, and Robertson would then have 3 Fulham players basically just fucking sprinting at him. He'd shit himself. He'd try this stupid pass, and they'd get the ball back. The problem is we couldn't play into the midfield, and we haven't been able to play into the midfield for a couple of weeks because Gravenberch, the way he breaks a press, teams have clocked on. So he's not getting tightly marked like that. Players are sitting a couple of yards off him. So he can't do that thing where he turns into the space because there's no space to turn into. So he's got to try and get onto it and pass out of it. And he's not great passing out of the press. McAllister's never been great at it. So teams are just already on him. It just showed to me anyway.
I think Gravenberch was really bad against Fulham, I'll be honest.
I thought he was okay, but
I think he was better as a centre back than he was as a midfielder.
But this is where we can all agree, though. What Tom just said there, what you just said, Tom, I actually agree with you. But that actually kind of leads into Hassam's point at the same time. So we've been figured out how we play, like you just said, like you've identified it yourself, right? That's on the manager then to find another solution.
There's no way to fix this at this point, though. That's an inherent player problem.
No, I think tactically, I think you can know, Tom. I don't have the answer, so I can't sit here and say this is what you do. But I do think the manager is smart enough. I think he's good enough. I just think he's resting on his laurels and thinking, we'll just get through the game. We will get through it. We will create chances anyway, no matter what. Yes, I know it's problematic, but we have better finishes at the club, so I'm expecting my team to win a game. I do think
I just think it's a player. I don't think these play because you got to be other managers are very smart as well. We don't have the player at the club at the minute who can pass out of the press. Therefore, teams are just going to defend us the same way. And because we lack that player who can pass out the press, we can't do this nice build up that you want. The only way we can do it,
but he's not getting the options.
No.
Because what it is, McAllister. In my opinion, McAllister is the best passer other than Trent, right? But what it is, though, it doesn't matter how great your passing is. It also depends on the player you're passing to. So, like you're saying, if McAllister's in the middle of the park and all the options he has is taken up, what happens is he'll dwell on the ball, which we've seen, and that's when they start to close and create that trap that you was talking about, in my opinion.
I'd like to agree with you, but I just can't on the basis that I saw McAllister last season and this season. He's done it too many times. There are options there, but he takes too long and he wants to shield and turn out. All our midfielders want to get the ball forward by running with it. Every single one of them wants to get the ball forward by turning and dribbling with it. We don't have a midfielder who wants to get the ball forward by playing a 40-yard pass.
Go on, Cal. I know he's going to say something.
Is there a danger that, and I want everyone to just hear me out here. Is there a danger that Gravenberch might have been found out a little bit. By the way, that's not me saying he's rubbish, and I know by no means do I want to put any of this on Gravenberch. But when I say has he been found out in the sense of if you cut the passing lanes to him, if you get tight on him, if you box him in, there's not much he can do. Now, obviously, he's not a Ronaldinho, so he can't get the ball and dribble past 2, 3, 4 players. But is the fact that he might have been found out the key to why Liverpool have been less effective? Because the system was pretty much running through him at one stage, and now it's not. We find it more difficult to build up play, but also opens up another conversation how less creative we are when Trent isn't on the pitch. And if we do lose Trent, which it looks like we are, how do we fix that in the summer?
I think that the Trent comment should just be turned into how ineffective we are at build up when we don't have a right back on the pitch. Because when Bradley was on the pitch, we were a lot more creative. We just didn't score.
I agree with that as well.
The problem is there's no right back. So what you have is Quansah, who can't attack, and Jones, who wants to be this weird fucking pseudo 10, which means that Salah ends up having to do Mark Albright in Leicester 2016 to get the ball, which is not where you want us to. And that's part of the reason why Salah's been ineffective in recent games. You do realise that this system was built around Salah getting the ball and then having runners run off him and him picking the correct pass or him picking the correct shot. And then all that we've done in the past month is stop giving him the runners. So he gets the ball, he turns, and there's fucking no one to pass to, no one to do anything with. And he's not Messi. He can't beat 4 defenders to score. He's still picking up the balls in the same areas. But that's
why yesterday I didn't criticize any forward. I just didn't. Because we just, you want to know the problem? It's getting the ball from defense to attack. That's the issue that I have. Like, it's just, we're just not getting the ball to the dangerous areas at all. Bradley, as soon as Bradley come on, Salah looks significantly better. It's like almost like directly we're like, okay, now let's play football again. And by the way,
space for Salah as well because he makes the
PSG. I'm very capable of criticizing every player at this football club. I am not player FC. PSG, I said Salah, we put him in a good position multiple times and he didn't score. So I criticized the shit out of him against PSG. But even it started from PSG. As soon as Trent came off and Quansah came on, threat went immediately. Newcastle, we start Quansah at right back, no threat whatsoever. Everton, Curtis Jones right back, once again, no real threat in the whole game. And again, the game against Fulham, Curtis Jones right back doesn't work. When you're watching this team, there's a moment in time in the second half, by the way, not even second half, like since they scored the third, Fulham just stopped pressing us because they're like, oh, you think you have the midfielders to play through balls? Nope. And this reaffirms my point from long ago when I wanted a playmaker. I want a creative 10 for the love of God. I want a creative 10.
But we have one. You just need to use him.
Who?
Harvey Elliott.
That's a good point, but yeah, he's not utilized. Not utilized.
I think I keep on saying, I said this yesterday as well, innit, Matt? I was like, as good as I think Harvey Elliott is in the 10 and how much I rate him, I don't think we'll ever see a run where Elliott is playing the 10 for Liverpool because I don't think Slot sees him as physical enough to be in the centre of the park.
He'll only play Elliott in the 10 if he gets a different right winger than Salah. Or if he was to play Salah up front. Because you can't play Elliott in the 10.
You need combative midfielders play with Elliott.
No, I think what it is because Salah stays up, he's just he's the guy that you sort of sacrifice. If you have a right winger, so I'm just going to say his name so I know he tracks back. If you had Chiesa on the right, who tracks back and does defensive work, you'd defend in the 4-4-2, which means you could allow for Elliott to play and not struggle with his physicality. The problem that we have is Elliott in this current setup, because Salah stays up, Elliott would need the physicality to get back and win duels, which he doesn't have. You play Elliott, and you have to sacrifice others around him to cover that and pick up his work, which isn't necessarily an option at the minute. Unless you can get this DM, unless we can find Kante, who you could put a DM who can do the work of 2 men in that right DM slot, that would allow you to play Elliott. But the problem is that doesn't exist. So right now we need to defend in a 4-4-2 type setup.
Well, we defended a 4-2-4.
That's why Szoboszlai plays every game because he's the only guy who can get back and do it.
All great teams in history have a player they accommodate for not defending. Why is it us that we just find excuses for
This
this?
is what I'm saying. 'Cause I said this the other day as well. We have two players in our team that we accommodate for, and this Salah and Trent. We accommodate for Trent as much as people won't admit to it. We do. So I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility that we can accommodate.
You
Elliot and
accommodate for
Salah.
Trent. You accommodate for Trent in a different way. So when you're
But we still accommodate Tom.
no, but you accommodate for Trent in the 5 seconds after we lose the ball, and if they attack us in that 5 seconds after we lose the ball down that side, Canati goes over. If we're in a settled
That's
defensive
not the
shape,
point, Tom.
No,
it
but
is
Every
not-
team
it
in
is not-
history, every
it
team
is
in
not-
history who was great, every team, Barca, Madrid, Manchester United, Chelsea, every team that you have watched that was great in history in your lifetime has a player that was accommodated for, has a
Mhm.
player that go like, okay, I'm not. By the way, even the Liverpool side that won, Firmino, sorry, Salah and Mane weren't tracking back from 5 years ago.
Mane.
Both
were.
of them.
Mane.
We're gonna, now everyone's gonna do the when Mourinho did the press conference after the 3-1, he said one of the reasons why Liverpool are successful is when they initiate counterattacks, Salah and Mane are already high up the pitch. That's the whole point. So when I watch like any great team in history, Messi never tracks back, Hazard never tracked back, Ronaldo at Man United and at Real Madrid never tracked back. There are so many like this whole accommodating thing, I feel like it's just a bullshit excuse. At the end of the day, Gravenberg was in a position to play balls through the lines, and he fucked up like 90% of the passes that almost were going to initiate attacks. McAllister, other than the goal, his passing was off a little bit. Szoboszlai, the less said about him, the better. Zero risk taking. Literally zero risk taking. By the way, just imagine this. If Szoboszlai was in the position that McAllister is in, does he shoot or does he pass to Daddy? Pass to Daddy directly. Pass to Daddy. Hey, where's Dad? Where's Dad on the pitch?
It's true though. That's the killer.
Like McAllister, you know one thing I like about McAllister? I love a player who puts his nuts on the table and he's like, whether this works or not, I'm gonna try at least. Fucking love that.
Yeah.
Like McAllister got the ball there. Pow! 30 kilometer per hour shot into the top corner, 300. Like it was just absolutely beautiful. Szoboszlai gets the position. Like if Szoboszlai is in that position, and we have saw him in that position 100 million times. Where's Salah? Where's Salah? Let me pass back, and then you got Curtis Jones, of course. Pass left. Pass left. That's. We have two midfielders who are so incapable of taking risks that it fucks up the whole team. Like this whole Szoboszlai forward thing, we need to put it in the bag. If Szoboszlai wants to do the shit that he's doing now, just play him as a second fucking DM. He can do the work rate thing.
You kind of just proved, even though I don't fully agree with Tom's point, you've kind of just proved it though, because every team you just named, you mentioned one player they accommodate. You've not mentioned two. And what I think, if I'm not mistaken, Tom, what you're saying is if Elliot and Salah both play,
you have to accommodate both of them.
So you think Neymar and Suarez tracked back?
Suarez?
You think Bale and Ronaldo tracked back?
Bale and Ronaldo, just a shout.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a shout.
Look,
They only won 3
look at the
Champions League in a
hold
row
on, no,
with
I'm not doing this. Oh, that's a shout. Look at the fucking players that they had around them. They had the midfield of Casemiro, Kroos, and Modric, the best midfield of the past decade. We don't have that.
Whoa. Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta, brother.
Xavi left in 2015.
If we're going, if we're going,
you said past decade. Have some.
Fair enough.
So Tom,
that was a midfield that ran
what
games
is
completely. Our
Casemiro?
midfield can't do that.
What is Casemiro?
Casemiro is probably, all things considered, the second best DM of the past decade.
So he's a destroyer DM.
No, because I think he had a good pass on him. I think
but his main job was to distribute the ball to Kroos or Modric. Modric was
just said
Modric was a progressor.
Casemiro had a good pass on him.
Modric
if I
was
end the stream right now, I have him right.
Pass master.
Like,
yeah,
if I
obviously
literally
Modric,
end the stream right now because of that comment,
Modric
you're so full of shit. You need to go use mouthwash right now. Did you just say Casemiro has a good pass on him?
No, he was.
Casemiro won the ball and then played.
He was a good passer, Tom. But Kroos was elite. Modric,
obviously, I'm not saying Casemiro's passing range was like Toni Kroos's, no. But I'm also not saying that Casemiro, if he won the ball back, couldn't play a 30-yard switch of play or couldn't play a line-breaking pass because he
agreed, but that wasn't his role, Tom. His role was I'm gonna break up play I'm gonna
And
get
then
the
he
ball
gives
and I'm
the
gonna
ball to
play it
Modric.
simple.
That's it.
I'm gonna play it simple. So I'm gonna protect the defense, but I'm also gonna stand my guard and play shield if we've got the ball and we lose it. Just like Fabinho did.
Also, I want to counter Hassan's point. You do realize, Hassam, that Bale and Ronaldo, at the back end of their time together, they very rarely, if ever, played together. It was always Isco who did the work, who would track back, who would do the defensive side of it, because Real Madrid realised they couldn't accommodate two players who didn't do the work, because you end up defending 9 against 10.
Okay, Trent is injured right now. He's not playing. So who's the other player we're accommodating?
I don't think
Go on.
but I don't think we accommodate Trent. Callum thinks we do. I don't think we do.
Okay, that's fine. We don't accommodate Trent. So we're only accommodating for one player. So why are you bitching then?
My point is I don't think you can play Elliot in the 10 with Salah on the right, because then
Why?
you have to
You
accommodate
can't
2.
accommodate for one player.
No, because you have to accommodate for 2 then. Fucking hell, I told you a brick wall.
Who's the second you have to accommodate to?
Elliot.
How do you have to accommodate for Elliot?
Right, if Mohamed Salah is not tracking back, that means that on our right-hand side, there is a mismatch. There will be the left back and the left winger against our right back. We make up for that because Dominic Szoboszlai effectively defends as a right midfielder when we are settled defensively. If you take him out and put Harvey Elliott in, Harvey Elliott cannot do that because he is not physical enough for it. Therefore, you will...
But you didn't hear what I just said. I said play Szoboszlai as the second DM.
Dominic Szoboszlai can't do the work of a DM and then also go shuttle out wide. You know
No, because his whole thing is work rate. So if he's playing on that right-hand side, he could help out defensively. Okay, Tom, you know what? There is no solution.
No, there is a solution. Let's speak, boys. Let's speak
solution.
about it. The fact that we're saying this, does this mean our midfield, as great as Mac and Grav have been this season and as good as Szoboszlai?
You need a midfielder.
Do we need 2? Do we need 2?
You really need 2, but they'll skimp on it.
DM and 10, that's what we need.
They'll skimp on it.
All right, I'll be more specific. 10, it's weird. All right, I leave 10 to the attack. I always put the 10 in the attack bracket. Do we need 2 pivot players between now and the end of next summer? Because we're not going to get 2 in this window. Do we need 2?
I'd make an
one
argument
who's a
for
passer and one who's a destroyer.
I'd make an argument for it.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
I'm not even trying to be funny when I say this. Endo's a destroyer. Do we keep Endo and start using him as a destroyer, or do we upgrade on him?
No, we need to upgrade.
You're not going to use Endo, but I know what they're going to do. They're going to skimp on it and give Bajcetic his chances as that destroyer.
Okay, so that's my next question. Is Bajcetic a destroyer or is he a passer?
He's more of a destroyer than a passer.
So let's say he becomes he's a new destroyer. We're down to 4 centre midfielders. We're down to Jones, Bajcetic, Grav, and Mac. So if Bajcetic's going to be the destroyer, who's the pass? Do we get another destroyer or do we get a passer?
You need that. I mean, do not ever mention this man's name again. I'm lucky he's not being hit by the Cal curse already. But Angelo Stiller is the man that we need in the midfield this summer. That should be the moment you saw out striker. That should be target numero uno. You need to get that midfielder in through the door. My worry is that because whilst I'm saying all this and I would like to keep Elliot in the 10, I have a very real concern that Curtis Jones is going to be deployed as a 10 next year alongside Szoboszlai as the 2 10 options.
Curtis Jones cannot be a 10. For the love of God.
I'm not saying I want it. I'm not saying I want it.
Imagine being right outside the penalty box and then pass left, pass right. Oh my God.
Did you say Jones is going to be a 10?
I have a worry that he'll put Jones and Szoboszlai as 10 options next season.
You know, Tom, maybe Husam was right and we should have signed Ederson in the summer. But you're
we should
you're so ignorant.
We've won the fucking league. We didn't need Ederson. And I don't want Ederson this summer because he doesn't fix the fucking problem that we've got. Ederson is not an elite player who can pass out with press in the way Stiller is.
Ederson is very good defensively.
That's fantastic. But he's also not an elite destroyer. You need... Ederson would be really good. Ederson would be really good if we only needed one midfielder, but we need 2. So I want to get specialists in both roles. I'm wearing a Dortmund shirt in solidarity for Nico. Oh my fucking God. What the fuck is this?
You fucking Jedi, lads.
Fucking hell. I'm wearing a Dortmund shirt in solidarity with Nico.
By the way, you know who
Klopp,
sent me
who's the
this?
latest
Like
victim
an
of the
actual
Calcareous.
scouser sent me this. I swear. Like a real
Mhm.
scouser sent me this.
Sure.
Wallahi, a scouser
Brilliant.
sent me this.
No,
I
no,
swear to God.
I'm sure it was brilliant.
Yeah,
But
it
all I'm
was-
saying is I am wearing this in solidarity for Nico Slotterbeck, who was the latest victim of the Calcareous. I'm doing this in solidarity with all the victims. You know,
And speaking of the Callum curse,
we'll watch it.
I have something that proves it right. Big up to Fonzie who says, Tom, you've been less of a fraud since your recent 16th birthday. You don't make waffles daily. Callum, don't even say the
Fucking
name
hell.
Florian or else.
I haven't been.
About to say I have. I say no.
Haven't been,
Cal,
right.
Cal, wait there. Let me, Cal. You know, this season when there was all the talk about left back, did you at any point mention the fact Alphonso Davies was coming to the end of his deal?
Yeah.
Because he's got an ACL injury right after signing a new deal. So I can't help but feel that's another victim of the Calcareous right there.
To be fair, he mentioned Kimmich, and Kimmich isn't injured either, right?
I don't think so.
I think Kimmich is all right. I think.
Yeah, Alfonso Davis is a player I did want us to get on the free. Even though I didn't think we'd get him, I did want him to come to the club.
Can you see why I'm doing this in solidarity? Look, with the victims of this Calcareous, they need support. We need support.
That's your
groups to
partner, by the way. That's your partner, by the way.
And
That's
yeah,
a
still assigned a new contract when I mentioned him as well.
Quick question, guys. Quick question for everybody. Who's better in the 10? Mac 10 or Harvey Elliott?
We haven't seen McAllister in the 10 enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Elliot only because I wanted. Remember, my narrative before the season started. I wanted Trent in the midfield with a DM and Mac in the 10.
Oh, what? Trent in midfield.
I still think it could work.
Oh, the man doesn't scam. The man can't play midfield. He doesn't scam for a midfielder.
I think he could.
Oh no.
Big up to you,
God.
Fonzie. Big up to Tumpaline who says, hit the like button, guys. Can we stop moving like our forwards? Guys, we're going to talk about the Van Dijk and Salah positive contract news. We'll try our best to not get Callum involved. So make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Also, Kopish, Sanderson Show, Matt One Show, and Tom Little's channel is in the description. Guys, we have 700 people in here. We're not even at 200 likes. How can you all criticize Jota when you can't even hit a free button? Have some shame. Just close the live chat, hit the like button, and then come back to enjoy the show. Big up to all of you guys. I have proof that the curse is real. I have proof, guys. There's just too much evidence. This is like the City Chargers thing. You get me? Listen, I'm just saying. Callum from August has said all three are leaving. We get the Ornstein bomba that it's a matter of when, not if, that Van Dijk and Salah stay. So, Matt, I'll start off with you. So they don't decide they want to leave
No,
tomorrow.
because Husam, you forgot the point where he said if he thought only one was to stay, it'd be Trent.
Yeah, it'll be Trent, and he's the one gone. Callum, this is real at this point. I'll be honest with you. Like, it's just
mad. You know what's
Yeah,
crazy? I
it's
forget I say some of these things until you remind me.
yeah. Tom just reminded you, your partner.
Man, that's dark.
Yeah, that's very dark. That's very dark. You wanna know what's real dark? Our future. If you continue to talk transfers. So, Matt, talk to me, brother. Apparently, they're gonna stay.
Wow, hear this. So I did think myself that they were all leaving. I've been saying it for a little while now. However, this news coming out yesterday does seem way more positive regarding Virgil and Salah in it. Virgil said there's been, I think he said progress, I believe he said, or something like that. And like you said, it was journalists are now reporting that it's only really a matter of time before they both sign, which is great news. It's what we want to hear, innit? But again, with Liverpool, you don't want to get carried away until it's actually done. And I learned that the hard way, and Cal more so than me with the Caicedo thing. When the bid was there, I'm not going to go at Cal. I'm just saying. Like,
We're all getting our licks in on today, aren't we?
no, that wasn't even like supposed to. No. No, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that. I give you another. All right, let me not use Cal for this. It's just to show you that that wasn't supposed to be
use
a Cal.
It's okay. Use Cal. Go on. What happened
Do
in
you
the Caicedo thing?
Does anybody remember when we literally agreed a fee years ago for Samal Sabrosa from Benfica? We agreed a fee, and then last minute, the president just said, we're getting too much pushback from the fans. We're not going to sell him. But Liverpool agreed a deal for Samal Sabrosa. And I was just like, the hell's going on? Like, the fee's been agreed. Like, you can't do that.
Zubimendi as well.
Zubimendi. Yep, Zubimendi.
Did you do a transfer show on that too?
Boy. Yeah, Zubimendi.
No. I want to clarify something. This is not a Matt heel turn. This is a Matt face turn. This is actually him turning face because we want to save the future of this football club.
Exactly.
You get me? So, that's all that we want. I just want Liverpool to be great. And if there's a curse that's standing in between us being great or not, we must eliminate the curse. You get me? We must eliminate. Listen, there's plenty of football. Callum watch-alongs in the Champions League. I give you so many ideas. Tactical breakdown, why we lost the game. So many things.
Big up K-Matt. Yes, Konoplyanka as well. Bro, there was
one was funny. We just sent Ian out to Ukraine to go negotiate a deal.
To go and get mugged.
Didn't even know about.
Ian didn't even know what was going on. He didn't know whether he's supposed to be there at that time. Was he supposed to offer this amount? Man came back with nothing. Ian
we sent Ian out there to negotiate a deal with Konoplyanka, and Konoplyanka didn't know that we wanted him. We hadn't actually talked to Konoplyanka or his representatives at any point.
Man just went out there
to try and buy him.
Man just went out there with no, like, he just basically got on a plane, went to the club and was like, yeah, can I speak to Konoplyanka, please? It's like, what? But anyways, until it's done, man, I'm not getting my hopes up. Holy water, that's crazy. But yeah, for those that are old enough to know about the Samal transfer, I was vexed because Samal was cold back in the day.
Tom doesn't even know who Samal is. Portuguese winger.
No, I genuinely no idea.
Samal
no idea who Samal was.
Samal was a border.
Yeah,
remember the goal he scored against
Portugal had like unbelievable wingers like Ronaldo, Quaresma, Samal, that Pauletta up top. You get me?
Joaquin.
Elder Postiga, if you remember.
We wanted Joaquin for years and never got him.
Yeah.
What, the Spanish one?
Yeah, bro.
Who is that? Who is that Brazilian we were supposed to get? When we was under Jurgen Klopp?
Alex Teixeira.
Bro, wasn't he wearing the shirt? No. That's someone. No, that's Thingy. That's Thingy that's now plays for Napoli. He was wearing the shirt, bro. Zielinski, bro. Man was holding the Liverpool shirt, you know.
Yes, man.
I'm telling you, we've been there so many times.
I mean, do you remember Loic Remy?
Oh my, yeah. I was a little bit, but yeah, it should have been done. There's too many times that my heart has been broken by this club, man. When it comes to transfers, that's why now you just got to learn.
I
remember Dele Alli as well. We were going to get Dele Alli from MK Dons, and then Steven Gerrard didn't wake up from a pre-match sleep.
Steven Gerrard didn't wake up to speak to him. So Dele Alli was like, "Fine, I'm going Spurs."
Do you understand how fucking stupid this club is at times?
Why do we fumble the bag so much?
We fumble it way too much, innit?
I mean, my personal favourite one is after 2013-14 when Brendan Rodgers asked Steven Gerrard to go ring Toni Kroos and ask him to turn down Real Madrid to come play for us.
And William. He tried to he made Gerrard call William.
Yeah, William was the year before.
Do you guys remember a fake bid of 92 million for Thomas Lemar?
That was Arsenal.
Apparently we done the same thing.
No,
are you sure?
We didn't bid for Lemar. It was Arsenal who wanted to pay all that money for him.
I think we did, but we just acted like we didn't.
Alexis Sanchez as well. We sold Suarez on the basis that we were going to get Sanchez, and then just didn't get Sanchez.
Yeah, because Sanchez was really truly supposed to replace Suarez.
I mean, even like fucking.
Hold on, Tom Costa that went Chelsea. Yeah. Remember, we agreed to activate his clause. Costa said, "No, I ain't going."
The year before, the year before.
Yeah, year before.
And Mkhitaryan.
Mkhitaryan, yeah.
Bruv, how can you activate a man's clause to say like, boom, like you're coming to the club, and the guy's like, nah. That means
mean,
you did your due diligence then.
Do you remember the summer of it was like 2008 to 2010 when we just linked with all the good players from La Liga, and we actually wanted all the good players from La Liga, but just never bought any of the good players from La Liga. David Silva, we turned down David Silva to get Aquilani.
Oh, David Villa. It was meant to be David Villa and Torres up front for Liverpool.
We turned down David Villa to get Robbie Keane.
Rafa Benitez wasn't allowed to cook. Listen, as much as
Rafa cooked with it.
You see, Rafa, one thing I say about Rafa kind of turned water into wine for us at that point. Because listen, the man told us the budget. He had to become an accountant overnight. What he was working with was a joke. How he was able to even get Torres out of Atletico for 20 mil still astonishes me to this day. Because Torres was literally like the wonder kid, like that Atletico probably sell him, like it was supposed to sell for like 40 mil at the time. We're going for 20. I mean, never forget when we signed Torres, you know.
We turned down David Villa after Euro 2008.
We didn't turn him down, did we? No, we didn't agree a fee. What?
No, but we had no money. Yeah, we had no money.
We didn't have the money.
We turned down David Villa and spent the money on.
We did not turn down David Villa.
We never
got because we spent the money on Robbie Keane.
No, Rafa Benitez. No, because that is good. No.
That was Euro 2008. That's not when we bought Keane. We bought Keane in the summer of 08. Like,
yes,
before the 08-09 season. That's when we bought.
I've never heard we've ever turned down
Euro 2008.
We did not turn down David Villa.
I've got it literally right here.
Tom, who's your source?
Liverpool boss Rafa Benitez has ruled out an immediate move for Spain striker David Villa, but has admitted he is interested in signing Robbie Keane. I said the other day that he is one of the names that we had on our list, but I can say at this moment that David Villa is not an option for us. We know he's a very good player. We know his price, and we know the players that we have, but we just don't consider him to be our top target. Keane is one of the other names, and
that means we ain't got no money, basically.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that he's turning down
Robbie Keane.
Yeah,
but they probably winning more though.
Yeah, Villa would have been more.
Tom, how much did Villa got when Villa left from Valencia to Barcelona? How much did he go for, Tom?
I'll find out now.
Yeah, because I'm almost certain they probably wanted more, Tom.
Yeah, it would have been better.
So it's like you're half right. Like, yeah, he distanced himself, but there's probably a reason behind that, though.
Which is we don't have money. That's the
2 years later for 32 million quid.
Yeah, that's too much money for Liverpool immediately. I know.
Bro, do you know how much we struggled to break the 10 million barrier?
Rafa had a budget of 17 million or something like that.
Yeah, the budget was crazy. And Rafa even got cold feet when he bought Robbie Keane. He's like, I spent too much money. I've got to sell him.
Yeah, that was one of the weirdest transfers.
That's one of the weirdest things ever.
I wish we kept Robbie Keane, though. We would have won the league that year.
Same. Yeah, and why sell him at a loss as well? Didn't we sell him for only like 14?
No, what the plan was to sell Robbie Keane to get Arshavin in, and that went tips up.
So what happened with Arshavin then?
Went to Arsenal.
No, but did we try and negotiate there? What actually?
We tried to get it sorted, but we didn't sort it.
Callum, did you do a transfer video in 2009?
No, I didn't.
I mean,
it's on Facebook.
Do you remember? Well, I don't remember it.
So, guys, anyway, back to modern day football. Like and subscribe, chat. Salah and Van Dijk staying.
Remember when we turned down the chance to get Anelka on a permanent so we could sign El Hadji?
Yeah, that was Gerard.
No, but that was more Joe Houllier. And R.I.P. Joe Houllier. He just, you know what it is? He just got his wires mixed up. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was a bit confused.
Honestly.
Daniel,
please.
Yeah, let's go back to 2025 for real.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I still don't think Virgil and Salah is staying. I think this piece has come out quite well after we lose a game. Oh, how do we how do we make the Liverpool fan feel better after a game? I'll tell them Virgil and Salah is staying. Like, I'm sorry, it's not happening. Man.
Oh, why is Ryan chatting shit in the chat?
Okay, Tom. Can you stop responding to Ryan?
No, because he's just said he understands why he wants Liverpool to let Salah go. Why the fuck would you want to let him go?
No, but that's just, even if you disagree, that's just his opinion, though, isn't it?
No, but he's just doing this to stay. I know, Ryan. Ryan.
So when there are rats in the sewages, are you responding to them too?
Yes.
Okay, so can you like elevate your level? You're here with Pound for Pound, the best Liverpool channel, and with Don Husam. So can you fucking talk to us and ignore fucking Ryan? Because I just said, Tom, talk to me, and you talk about Anelka when you were still in your dad's ball sack when he was playing for Liverpool. So now, talk about this fucking modern era that you're witnessing as an adult. So go ahead. Your thoughts on Salah and Van Dijk staying at Liverpool according to Orstein.
That's so crazy. Man City, see your dad.
He was. He's
I
trying to talk about Anelka, bro. You weren't born in 2001.
I was. Well, to be fair, it depends on what season he played for us. I'll tell you if I was. I'll tell you if. No, I was born when Anelka was playing for us.
No, but Tom, the way you said it.
I was 2 months old when Anelka joined Liverpool.
That's
Oh wow,
crazy.
you're still drinking
I
breast
was
milk.
2
Now
months
go
old,
ahead,
you know.
talk to me.
Yeah, obviously it's a very good thing that Salah and Van Dijk are staying. Our two most important players are staying. Great. I don't know why people have used the past 3-4 games to try and change narratives. They are the two main factors why we're going to win a second league title. You know, it's very important to keep them at the football club, especially if you're losing Trent Alexander-Arnold. You've got a new manager who wants to completely overhaul the squad and his vision. You need to keep some of your key players and make sure that they're sticking around. So I think it's boss that we're keeping them. And the only part that shocked me is apparently Salah's taking a wage cut, which
I've heard that,
you know that shows his love and respect for the football club. A certain right back from Liverpool could learn a thing or two
you
about
guys
that.
think Salah's taking a wage cut?
That's according to the reports.
Who's the report from?
Sasha Tavolieri.
Cool.
I think Belgian journalist, I think.
Salah gonna take a pay cut when he could go to any other club and get the same.
Carl, let's just wait and see. It's just a report. Let's just wait and see.
All right.
Because again, I'm like you, Carl. Until it's done, like I'm talking, it's on the club website, and even then, I need to see them the next day. Because for all I know, knowing the club, they'll put it on the website, and then something happen, and they'll just delete the page. 404 doesn't exist. What? I know my club, bro.
Well, you're thinking it'll be like the Messi contract at Barca when he signed it, and then the league went, "No, hold on, that contract's not very valid, mate. Yeah, you can't stay.
Can't stay, bro."
Oh, Sam, no.
Business is business.
So hold on. Someone donates 50 and
Ryan just gets
Ryan gets banned for a week. So he gets unbanned next week.
Rotted.
So he can't watch content, no nothing, can't interact.
No, he can watch. He just can't comment.
That is dark.
Yeah, he
Man said there's a price.
No, he just can't make a comment.
You put a bounty on Ryan's head.
Yeah.
100%. It's for the mental health of the panelists.
It's for the mental health of us and the mental health of the chat. So big up to you, Ed. W's in the chat for Ed first and foremost.
Oh my God, David, yeah, Clint Dempsey when we wanted to offer Jordan Henderson a swap deal for Clint Dempsey.
W's in the chat. I'm not gonna read that comment. You get me? But bye, Ray Ray. It's been real. Yep. See you next Tuesday, Ray Ray. You get me? Next time you wanna make a comment. Now he's gonna be fucking eating my ears off in the fucking messages. But hold that. You get me? You're chatting shit. You get banged. So W's in the chat for Ed. You get me? He got the. We're doing a 50 for ban Ray Ray. Yes. And he has been banned, mate. I'm enjoying this. 1 week ban, beautiful. Cal, my profile picture will be you if we sign no one mentioned. Bro, I have corporate Cal. I have the Cal curse. There are so many different guys like with names now on YouTube. It's beautiful. We missed both Bale and Aguero in 2006. Zone 14 with Tom and Aliens. Here's the thing. Let me just say this. Bro, one of the worst things we've done in recent history was we were offered Enzo Fernandez and Julian Alvarez for 50 million from River Plate and turned it down.
So who the players? Enzo Fernandez and who?
And Julian Alvarez, 50 million.
No,
it wasn't 50.
Bro, don't
we
say
were gonna.
things,
Tom, don't even. Don't
start talking.
Tom, I have sources. Like, just stop it. And 2 million Independiente del Valle for Caicedo. We said no. Whoop, whoop. Did Callum freeze or is he staring at something? Oh, Callum froze.
Frozen, yeah.
Damn.
I heard about we went in with Bruno Guimaraes as well, or something like that. Or we
Yeah, Michael Edwards wanted to sell Henderson and buy Bruno Guimaraes, and Klopp said no. Give him a new contract instead.
Look at the whole chat is doing WN because they've just had enough of Pereira. Look at them. All of them are fucking celebrating someone getting banned. Hey, big up to you, man. Big up to you.
Oh, for fuck. You know what? Who made that
What?
super chat earlier and asked fucking Cal not to mention Wirtz? Because now Ornstein said for Wirtz is an option for City.
Are you being serious?
He said Morgan gives White and Florian Wirtz are the top targets for City to
for
replace De Bruyne.
God, to be fair, Cal didn't say his name. He didn't say his name yesterday. I said his name. But I also-
It's cursed by association, so I'm not even saying to mention targets now.
No.
See
To be
how
fair,
Tom waited for you to leave so he can chat shit about
That's
you?
what I'm saying.
No,
That
but
is
it just
horrible
came
work,
out.
bro.
Wait, what happened?
Ornstein has. Oh, go on, Tom.
Ornstein, Morgan gives White and Florian Wirtz are among key options Man City will consider to replace Kevin De Bruyne this summer.
That's exactly what I said though yesterday. I said Man City will break the bank and do everything in their power to get Florian Wirtz. So really and truly, I'm not really. I said it'd be amazing if it happened for us, but I don't see it happening realistically. That's their De Bruyne replacement.
I actually
Cursed
don't.
by
I
association.
think City are further away than people think. You know.
What do you mean?
Congratulations, City Premier League winners. No, but by the way, I'll be honest with you, Callum. We've done this before, and I've just learned my lesson. I don't think they're far away. I really don't, because Pep Guardiola has never lost 2 league titles in a row, and the onus is either on us or on Arsenal to stop them.
But he's never
Simple.
struggled like this, though. Never struggled like this.
Yeah, but City are the type of club. Like, here's the thing: we struggled. We went signed Ben Davies and Ozan Kabak. They struggled. They spent 170 million. Like
No,
they
I-
are in terms of
And
like
they've
well run.
not
They're
really
very well run.
not improved that much. That's what I'm saying. They spent 170 million and they haven't improved that much. Again, we still don't know what's going to happen with these charges.
No, they have because they were really low down the table, and then they're in a top 4 race now, which is
They've
fair
always
enough.
been in
for
the
a
top
bad
4
team.
race. They've always been in the top 4 race.
No, when they won 1 and 13, they were really bad. They were like 8th or something.
They
9th.
really improved, bro. Like, I think they're kind of far away. I think that midfield needs a revamp. And I'll be honest, I think that forward line needs a revamp as well.
Oh, I don't disagree with that completely. I think you got Haaland and Marmoush.
Yeah.
You got Savinho. You got Doku. Foden.
You don't really give you much
You're-
output.
You're-
Foden hasn't been great this season. How he bounces back next season remains to be seen.
I really
They need-
believe that City are going to win the league unless we actually do something in the summer.
Do you?
No, Arsenal.
100%. But also depends what Arsenal does. There's a difference between signing Isak and Sesko for Arsenal. If Arsenal sign Sesko, I'll sleep easy at night.
You say
If
that,
Arsenal
though.
sign-
Yeah, I agree.
I think-
If Arsenal sign Isak, I'm sorry, whatever you can say, oh my God, you're twerking for Arsenal, any of the stupid shit. The reality is if they sign Isak, they're seriously
If they sign Isak, it's done. But what I will say is, though, I don't think Arsenal, obviously everyone wants Isak, but if Arsenal get a striker who can score 15 Premier League goals and they get a winger who could score 10 to 15, then I think that changes things massively for Arsenal. I don't think strikers.
I agree, but I don't see Sesko doing that for them.
Given the chances they get and how bad Havertz is in front of goal, I actually think Sesko could get 15 league goals. Even though
I think Sesko's just as bad in front of goal.
I don't. I
Sesko is horrible when it comes to like actually finishing clear-cut chances.
feel people are sleeping on Sesko. Again, I don't want Sesko at Liverpool, but I think people are sleeping on him and speaking about it like he's
No,
Stop,
bro.
stop doing Sesko prop, please.
You
I'm
can
not,
do
I'm not doing
Sesko.
Sesko prop. I'm not. I promise you. But I don't think he's half as bad as people.
What's his conversion for this season? Just out of interest.
Callum, I'll be honest with you. Sesko is literally Nunes waiting to happen. I'm not
better.
even exaggerating.
He's for me.
He's Darwin Nunes with a left foot. Same exact thing. Bad first touch, can't pass to save his life. Really quick and has a powerful shot, but inaccurate shot way too often. I do not want Sesko. I'd literally rather have you.
His conversion rate is 18.2.
There you go.
That's not
for
the
a
worst.
striker.
That's
In the
not too bad. That's
Bundesliga
not too
with
bad.
spaces and high
I know,
line.
in the Bundesliga.
No, but
And
again,
all the pace and power he
he
does, and he
doesn't
doesn't play for a
always-
shit team. He plays for
but
Leipzig.
he doesn't always play as a striker for Leipzig. He plays it. They play that weird formation where they play 2 10s behind the striker. He's usually one of the 2.
Yeah, they played a 4-2-2-2. But at the same, but saying that he's got all right. See, this season he's got 11 goals in Bundesliga in 27 games, and he's
Come
got
on.
5 assists.
Come on.
That doesn't move me in
think
the
he's better, by the way.
slightest.
Literally,
And
everything.
he started 25 games as well this season.
Come on,
But
man.
to give him credit, overall for the season, to give him credit, he's played 39 times and scored 19 goals, and he's got 6 assists.
Ekatike's played 27 games, got 13 goals, 4 assists, and he moves everyone apparently.
No, but
No, I'm not saying he moves. I
Carl,
just say
don't
he's
do that.
better
Do you
than
want to know
Saka.
why?
No, I'm not doing that to you, man.
I'll
I'm
tell you
saying that because the general consensus, everyone wants Ekatike. So we can't just do the stats for one and not the stats for the other.
No, I'm
but
saying,
what-
okay, who would you rather have, Ekatike or Sesko? You as Callum.
Honestly, neither in an ideal world. But if
No,
I had to
don't
pick
cheat,
between
Carl.
the
If you had to pick,
if I had to pick between the two, I'd probably go Ekatike.
Yeah,
See,
that's the point.
That's,
That's all I'm
No,
that's
saying.
what we're saying.
I don't know. But I'm not saying it's clear though. I don't think it's clear. I don't like people talk about Sesko like he's a bum. He's not a bum. He's a good striker, but
I
just
think he's a
good.
bum.
But you
But I
see
think
something
Ekatike-
with
No, I
you
do.
see
I think
something with Ekatike, like how
Ekatike's overall play looks really good. But again,
Yes, because Ekatike can at least be, it's a possibility that he might turn out to be the next Isak.
But I still think Ekatike is still just a good striker.
yeah, no, you're right. No.
We
What
agree,
you're
we
s-
agree.
Yeah, no, we agree. No one's saying like, because here's the thing. Maybe I'm doing the copium because I know we're not going to get Isak. Ekatike, I still
Yes.
think is a good player. Yeah. What I'm saying is though, when Isak was at Sociedad, his numbers were just standard. They were
Yeah.
very, very basic. I'm
Yeah.
just hoping and praying
he's also
that
the pride
Ekatike can make that next step. The reason why I'm using Isak as that example, one, Isak, we've seen what he's doing, and not that playing style. Like Isak was even slimmer at Sociedad, and he's still slim now.
I don't think they'll be after either of them. I think that the football club will really want like Liam Delap.
Which is perfect segue to talk about Liam
Ah,
Delap.
great.
Right,
Yeah, great
you,
segue.
you lot know
Critique them.
my thoughts on Liam.
Yeah,
See,
I
I'm a
heard
bit-
some of your thoughts. Let's get to 300 likes, chat. We are on 260 likes, a lot better than 150. So big up to you guys. So please continue to help the channel grow by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel as well. Big up the panels and big up my goats, Mo and Virgil van Dijk. Appreciate you, Mad Gimme. Alhamdulillah. Hopefully the reports are real and they stay. And Callum didn't curse them either. Callum froze. Must have said he's getting new inter. Oh my god. This is the best community on YouTube.
I'm
Like,
never
this
gonna
is
shake.
just-
I'm never gonna shake this until I sign a player that I really want us to get. Am I?
Yes, that's the only way you shake.
Even then, it probably won't. You'd need like multiple. It could just be a fluke.
Yes, this is true. See, even your tag partner is saying this. Anyway, back to the Delap thing. How about you started off, Callum? Tell me about this because it's Chris Wheeler saying it's a target. He's been mentioned 100 times already for Liverpool across the season. Backup option. What do you think? Starting option. What do you think?
All right. So the tricky thing is for the window is that everyone knows we need 2 strikers. I know Slot loves Jota, but I'm hoping that Richard Hughes and Edwards pull rank and go, look, it's just not working out. Like we've got to move him on now before it's too late. So we need 2 strikers. The problem is, how highly does Slot and the club rate Jayden Danns? Because obviously this season's been a write-off for him with his injury. Now Jayden Danns is 19. So in an ideal world, you don't want to get someone who blocks his path, but at the same time, we got to do what we got to do as a club, right? So Jayden Danns 19, going to be 20 in January. If Delap comes in, Delap is 22 years old. You can effectively say that does potentially block Jayden Danns' pathway. But as of right now, Delap is ahead of Danns and he's acclimatized to the Premier League. I look at Delap and he reminds me of what Harry Kane was when Harry Kane was young. He's a bit of a sleeper striker where people look at him and go, he's kind of basic. But what I like about Delap is he does everything to a good level. Nothing is outstanding with Delap, but he does everything to a good level. And he's a team whereby he's had to really go through it. We've had to see his mettle this season because he could have thrown strops. He could have done the whole shine away thing. He's playing for Ipswich and he's stood up and he's been counted for. He can be physical with defenders. He's got decent pace. He's got good dribbling. He's got good shooting with both feet. He's decent in the air. He can hold up play. For me, as a backup striker, I think you can do a lot worse than Delap.
But are you cheating though by saying backup striker if he was brought in to be the lead striker? So going off Tom's premise, let's say we know we think Nunes is going to go, Cal, yeah. If Liam Delap is brought in to be the lead guy, so this is what I think we've got to do right now.
That's
We've
what
got
I'm
to stop.
saying.
No,
I'm not
but that's why
saying
we've got to stop cheating and saying, "Oh, we want him as the backup." Let's just go on the premise that we're getting one striker. We're not getting two. We're getting one. Are you happy with Liam Delap as your striker?
If it's just one striker, no. But I'll throw that question back to you, Matt. If it was Ekatike as the one striker, would you be happy? No.
No, but I would rather Ekatike over Delap though. That's
See, I
just me, though.
If you're only getting one striker, you need someone who's
ready now.
ready
who's,
now.
who's older.
Like-
Yeah, like
But
like,
this
like
is
a,
where
you need like a
problem
Retegui or
is.
something.
All
No.
the strikers that Ekatike, I don't think is ready to go and bag you 20 Premier League goals. I don't think Liam Delap is either. I think Liam Delap, I know people are saying in the Ipswich team, but when you are the focal point and you're mainly the only goal scorer, it will boost up your number just a little bit. But I also understand that you're in a relegation for the team and they don't create like a high volume of chances. So it's kind of, I guess it's kind of balanced. We have an issue because the ready-made strikers,
There
are
ain't
already at big clubs, or
we can't.
I
Get
give you one.
No, they're
that
not.
people-
Can I ask you? Can I ask you guys $1 million question? Osimhen,
Go on.
50 million. What the fuck are we doing?
Do you know what?
Yes, his wages are gonna be expensive, but if he costs 50 million, what the fuck are we doing looking at the lap and Ekatike and
All
whatever
right,
that?
call
Would
me.
you do-
You're gonna call me
Osimhen
Matt.
and Delap then?
Say that again.
No, so you're doing the two. You can't keep. You keep doing the two strikers.
No, because we need two, Matt.
No, we
two
need it,
strikers.
but are the club realistically going to get two strikers, Cal?
You'd
That's
like
my
to.
argument.
They'll get two if they get an offer for Jota. I think they're just
Yeah,
assuming
that,
they're gonna get one
do
for
you know what? I
Jota.
agree with you there, Cal. So, Tom, if Jota sold, I think we can have that conversation. But right now, personally, I just think it's going to be Nunes, unless, like what Tom said, someone just offers a bid for Jota that Liverpool can't.
I
turn
think
down.
Nunes is gone. By the way, I really do believe.
No, Nunes is, but I think he's the only guarantee.
Finally, we'll be free.
Will be set free, you know.
So do you know Osimhen and Liam Delap have a almost identical shot conversion rate, I think, this season? And I'd arguably say Liam Delap plays in a harder league than the
What do you mean,
Turk.
arguably, he does.
He does play in a harder league, and Osimhen is older and
about the Turkish league.
he's playing in a more established team.
All right. Hassan's not
Osimhen
gonna
misses
like
a
me
lot of
today.
chances, by the way. He scores a
Hassan's
lot.
not
and
going to
he
like
misses a
me.
lot as
I'm
well.
not. Something about Osimhen is not making me think he's the guy to go and get. I don't know what it is, Hassan. It's not like he doesn't score goals. I don't know. There's something. I don't know. I can't even explain it to you. Why
I
I
don't
should
want
be
someone
thinking the
who's
same as
better than-
Sam going, we should get Osimhen.
Yeah, I don't want someone who's just better than Darwin because I don't think that's hard to find.
Because then
I
that's
want-
3/4 of footballers in the
yeah,
Prem.
like I want someone who we
Yeah, I
go,
understand that.
yeah, he's not Isak, he's not Haaland, he's not Lewandowski, he's not Kane.
So you're
But we
saying
can't,
Jokeres basically.
Nah, Jokeres don't move me either. I'll be real with you.
So who moves you then?
No one apart from Isak. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm good. Like I've accepted that we need two strikers, Delap and someone else. Delap's homegrown, so we need to boost the homegrown in the team. And I think he's shown this season that he's about it. In an ideal world for me, it'd be Harry Kane and Delap.
Would you take Jean-Philippe Mateta?
Oh, what are we doing here, man? What are we
can't do
doing?
that.
Now,
You know, you did the
Next
same
time
thing.
you
You did
screw
the
me,
last.
I think
You
we're
did
done.
the same exact thing last January. Had we signed him
hell.
instead of your favorite donkey, we'd have been league champions last season as well.
That's fantastic. Does that mean I should sign Mateta now? Does it? Because he's better than
Just
Nunes?
asking.
No.
Well, people keep acting like Mateta's a
Shall-
scrub. He
shall
ain't
what-
a scrub.
what I
By the way,
will say-
Mateta's better than Delap
I'm
and
not
better
gonna
than
lie.
Ekatike.
Matt, you'll agree with this.
I'm better
Last season, we got asked who would we rather have, Mateta or Darwin Nunes, and people laughed, saying, "How can you even ask that question?"
Yeah.
Mateta has
Yeah.
shown for me that he's a lot better than what I thought and a lot of people
Yeah.
thought, but he's still not
Agreed.
Liverpool level in my opinion.
Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Because I remember there was and everyone was like, "Oh, you're being disrespectful. He's just on a purple patch." I was like, "Nah, do you know what? He's just a better striker." It's horrible to admit sometimes when a player who's playing at a lesser team is better than your star boy.
Tom started leaning back. Mateta has 15 GA in 29
I
games,
know
24
Mateta's
assists.
decent, but the man is 28 in the summer.
And he's
All right,
better
Tom.
than Nunes.
I'm glad you said that. Do you not think we've been conditioned as a fan base to think that 28 years old is old?
It's not old, but it's not where we buy.
No, but that's the point. We need to change our strategy then. This whole notion of we can only buy players under 25 and
Tom
sometimes
says.
Sometimes no, on a real
We're gonna break the fucking strategy for John Philippe Mateta.
no, I'm saying break the strategy for someone like a Harry Kane or something like that, because I'm sick of this whole, oh no, we can't sign him because of these. No, sometimes you just buy a player who's gonna be great for 2 seasons, get 2 league titles in the bag, allow 2 more years of experience for younger players. So when Harry Kane moves on, a Jaden Danns or a Delap could be ready to take over the mantle. This notion that we have to sign 25 and under really
I
pees me
don't
off.
think Liam Delap joins Liverpool if he's going to be the second choice striker, though.
So where's he going to become? Maybe Chelsea, maybe.
Pretty much any other club that's in for him would make he's the number 1 striking option there. The man's probably going to end the season with 15 Premier League goals for one of the worst attacking teams I've ever seen in the Premier League.
All right, so if that's the case, Tom, do we bring him in under the notion that it's a rotation system then, as opposed to there's a number 1 and number 2? If that's the case, is it him and Ekatike, both 22 years old, neither are established like that? So you go, both of you are fighting for this position.
I think that's a way it goes. I also think you might just need to accept that it's going to be Delap and Jota.
Oh, you almost made me swear.
What's this?
I don't like it, but I think there's a very real possibility where we just end up running Delap.
I love Jota, but if we're running another season with Jota, then I just don't know what to say, man.
The thing is, the only I think Ekatike is up there on that list of strikers.
Has to be. He has to be there.
I also think that they'll have a little bit on that Samu fella from Porto. I think that he'll be.
Brother, he looks clumsy as he was supposed to go Chelsea, remember? And the deal fell through, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
That Sammy Odu might have done something.
Yeah. I think that they're going to be looking for
Jonathan David, anyone?
Yeah, he wants like 200 grand a week. Fuck that. There's a reason. There's a reason you're still at Lille. There's a reason you're still at Lille, despite being in Fabrizio's pocket for 5 years, where he's been trying to sell you off every single window.
It's true, you know.
I think that we're going to be looking at strikers between the ages of 21 to 24 with a couple of years of experience in a top league who can come in with a ceiling to grow. I think that means you're going to be looking at the likes of Ekatike, you're going to be looking at the likes of Samu, you're going to be looking at the likes of Omega from Strasbourg, who's done like 2 or 3 years in Ligue 1 now. These are the kind of guys that I think that the club's going to be looking at, and they're going to go for a 2 striker setup because I think if Arne Slot gets 2 strikers that he trusts, he'll rotate them. I think if Arne Slot has a pool of players that he trusts, he'll rotate them.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I said this the other day, Matt. This is what I'm saying. Like Arne Slot's got. For me, this is a free hit season because we only signed Chiesa, and it seemed like he didn't really want Chiesa. If he gets a bunch of players in that he's happy with, and he still doesn't rotate, then he's tapped. Oh, so I can't live in a world where he's tapped. Because why would you have options and then still go for the same?
I don't use them.
Man just said he's tapped.
No, because all right, I'll put it this way, guys.
I said the manager's.
I'll put it this way: if all I can afford is rice and chicken, then all I'm going to eat is rice and chicken. But then if I can start affording other food and I have a chef come in, but all I'm saying to the chef every day is I just want rice and chicken, you'd be like, how you tapped? Your chef can cook anything you want. You've got the money to afford it, but you're still choosing the same meals. And I'll be like, yeah. You'd be like, how you tapped? So I'd have to say Slot is tapped if he does that next season. So if I see it from him next season after we get players, God willing, we get players, then he's tapped. But I don't say this because I don't think he is tapped.
All right. Do you know I'm really scared that we could make another blunder, and I don't want to be the Debbie Downer, yeah. But you see, obviously, when we needed a striker, when Firmino left, then we went and got Darwin Núñez, who clearly proved that to be the wrong choice.
We got Darwin before.
No, I know, but he was supposed to be. He was supposed to take pressure off Salah, so Salah wouldn't be this version of Salah now. No disrespect to Núñez, but if
and Salah became a touchline winger and everything,
but none of the smart people at the football club were 100% behind the Núñez thing.
No, I know, but
he could be.
So why weren't you a smart fan and you weren't behind it?
Because you know what, Husam, I'm a little delusional.
You supported them 3 summers.
Yeah,
3 summers.
I'm delusional. I'm delusional, and I wanted them to work out.
And hearing that you want Núñez at the football.
I'm delusional, and I want
You're the same person, so no one's smart at the football. Oh, look at me, I'm Tom. I'm so smart. Yet you backed him for 3 summers.
Yeah, because I was delusional, and I wanted them to work out. Husam, guess what?
I
want every sign to work out.
That's why in the summer he told me he fell in love with Núñez off of compilations. Wow. That's why, guys, in the chat, young men listening, love at first sight is bullshit. Okay, don't listen to love at first sight. That's fucking nonsense. Okay, you have to get to know someone, get to know their traits, get to know what they're about, then fall in love. Don't fall in love at first sight, or you end up like Tom Little, falling in love with Nunes of a compilations, which can make any player in the world look good. I can make a compilation of Tom on Twitter, on YouTube to make him intelligent, but we all know he ain't. So anyway, go ahead, Matt.
Savage. All right, what I was gonna say, sorry, Tom. This wasn't supposed to be at you. This was just supposed to be trying to make a point. What I was gonna say is, I'm worried that we're going down the same route. The fact of there's no other than Isak, everyone's a little bit meh, or you're hoping. There's no,
Or I'm not moved.
Yeah, there's not a striker where we all sit there and go, other than Isak, that's the guy we're going to get. And that's a worry for me. Because now you're banking on whoever comes in.
Someone's got an issue with all of them. Like, Alvarez is one of them type of strikers, but Atleti won't sell him.
No, we just won't put up the money anyway. You know we will.
Only way we get Alvarez is if Simeone is drunk enough and he accepts to take Nunes plus money for Alvarez.
Honestly.
I know people, I know someone probably like.
Would you guys do Nunes plus 40 for Alvarez? Like, how much are you
obviously.
Yes.
No, I'm actually wait, guys.
Before Nunes an 85
before
million.
you start screaming, we're talking about club valuation here.
All right.
So, how much do we value Nunes at? 70.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just
I think there's two different markets.
How much do Atleti value Nunes at?
Yes.
Yeah,
no, how much
yeah,
do
that's what
Atleti value Alvarez?
Probably about 150.
They'll be putting him at Isak prices.
Yeah, 150.
100%. Yeah.
They're probably going to lose
signed him
Griezmann this
last
summer.
summer.
He's
They
like-
signed him in the
he's
summer,
main
just
striker.
gone.
For how much? For 90.
95.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be real again. I know everyone's gonna crash out on me here. I don't think Alvarez is as clinical as people think.
Well, I understand that he's not Harry Kane. But flipping out, Cal.
Jamie was like,
You said you would accept Delap, but you won't. I mean, I know you're not saying you would accept
No,
him.
I didn't. No. I didn't say. I'd rather bite your hand off for Julian Alvarez to come to Liverpool. I'm just saying. I think people see him as this crazy clinical striker. He's not that.
No. He's not. He's not like. All right. Let me give you an example. If he's not as clinical as, he's probably along the lines of Isak, maybe ever so slightly less. So if Isak out of 10 for finishing is 9, Alvarez is like an 8 or an 8.5.
Alvarez is on 12 goals and 2 assists for Atletico this season.
Yeah.
I'm not being
In
funny.
all comps.
I'm not being funny. And this is not me trying to take the mix.
Simeone ball is crazy though.
No,
Them
that's
man are
not,
doing that.
no, we can't
No,
do
this
that
is-
because
this
we've seen
is
other
being
players
better.
scored. If I brought anyone else to the table and said I want a striker who scored 12 goals in and got 2 assists, you guys would be like, what? But because he's got a name,
No, don't do that, Cal.
No,
Why are
you
you
know-
gonna
no,
go
it is-
down
There
that
is
route?
no
by the
name in Europe cooler than Ekitike. That's such a cool
well,
name.
You know what it
It's
is,
not a
Cal?
name
It's
thing.
it's the fact that we're bringing a striker to the table who, in all competitions, has got 29 goal contributions in 47 games.
And
Cal, how many goals he's got in all comps, Cal? How many goals in all comps?
Julian
24.
Alvarez has the know-how. And on top of that, what Matt just said is so true. I know that Atleti have been better this season, but the way that Simeone creates chances is literally like 60%, 65% counter-attack.
okay, and he's got the same amount of goals as Liam Delap, who's playing for Ipswich.
Cal,
I
competition-
like Liam Delap, but like you're
but
existing in
my
this
point
narrative
is,
where
I
I don't
think
like Delap.
No, but
I
I feel
like
like everyone's putting Julian Alvarez on this pedestal. Like he's not.
Bro, he plays for Argentina though as well, bro.
World
Liam
Cup
Delap is
winner.
youth, though.
He's the reason why Lautaro Martinez got benched, mate.
Bro, there's a reason why Atletico, in La Liga, you see him and Griezmann. Bro, it's because of them two. Don't get me wrong, Simeone does the same thing every game. He takes off Alvarez because Alvarez does so much running. They bring on Soloff to finish off the game. And Soloff, he literally just lump the ball up to him and try and give an opportunity, even though sometimes he needs 6 opportunities and then sometimes he only needs 1. He's a bit of a weird
Also,
player.
Atletico don't have any real creator.
But
by
bro,
the way.
they run. I watch Atletico, Cal. I'm telling you, you see Griezmann and Alvarez, them two link up, Cal, is disgusting. It's just a shame that the other pieces around them, like especially in the wing areas, because got his son in it.
The most.
To be fair, his son's quite a good little player.
Man said Griezmann is horrible. Brother, have you not seen Griezmann this
Promo,
season?
delete your account.
I'm
Lord.
gonna throw a name forward, and then I'm probably just gonna go off camera because I want to hear the reaction. If we got Liam Delap in and we need another striker, what would you lot say to Rodrigo Muniz?
See you lot later, bro.
No, because if you go look at Rodrigo Muniz's stats, they're actually not too bad. They're not. He's got 17 goals in 25 starts in the Premier League.
Ah!
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
No, Tom, man.
Tom, you finished giving your PowerPoint presentation
Tom,
regarding.
He's got 17 goals in 25 starts for Fulham.
Tom, put the fries in the bag, bro.
17 goals in 25. If you had him and Liam Delap rotating, that's not a bad little setup.
So I'm just checking Griezmann's stats quickly because someone said he's been arsed, and I'm like,
He's got
what?
8 goals. He's got 8 goals in the league this season, Tom.
Yeah, but Cal, he started 7 games.
He's got 8 in 30, Tom. Forget about
He
how many.
started 7 games.
Tom.
He has
He's got
started
8.
7. If he was starting like 25 games, I go, yes, that's a problem. He's
So
got
why
more
is he-
goals than starts.
Okay, so why is he not starting for Fulham?
Because
now you
Raul
want him to
Jimenez
be-
has decided to have a fucking resurgence season.
To be fair, Griezmann's only got 8 in 30 as well.
No,
But I've
we're not
actually
sitting
watched
there
Griezmann
asking
play
for
though.
But we're not sitting there asking for Griezmann.
Rodrigo Muniz has 8 goals in 890 minutes.
So you'd be happy if
Fulham.
Rodrigo Muniz was leading the line for Liverpool next season for us to try. Win
No,
the league
I never said leading the line. I said if you had
Griezmann's got
Rodrigo Muniz
16
and Liam
overall.
Delap, I'd let that play out for a year.
Oh man, almost made it for a stream where you didn't do a madness and you do a madness right at the end.
Look at if you've got Liam Delap running channels and running behind, you need a striker who can do hold up play. Rodrigo Muniz is pretty much every centre back.
So you saying to play what 4-4-2?
No. You play different styles with different strikers. It's just that's ideally what we want to do with this set. But the problem is this set of strikers are wank, so they can't do either. If you got strikers who were good at either setup, it'd work.
Cal, just quickly, I know you brought up the whole Alvarez only has 12 and 30. He does have 24 though, Cal, overall in 47.
No, fair enough.
He has 7 in the Champions League. That is
Who did they
impressive.
play in the Champions League.
Oh, I don't know. Bro. I don't know.
I'll run through the list now for you.
Yeah,
Cal.
double check that.
Yeah,
And he got 5. And he got 5 and 7 in the Copa del Rey.
So you got a goal against Lille,
Okay.
2 against Sparta Prague, 1 against Slovan Bratislava, 2 against Bayer Leverkusen, an assist against Salzburg, and a goal against Real Madrid.
The Real Madrid goal is the one that everyone said that when he scored that. That's when everyone was, "Oh, we got to get out." That was a fantastic goal.
The Leverkusen ones are. You need to go watch the Leverkusen.
No,
ones, 'cause
I know, but
he's up
everyone
top on
went
his own.
crazy. No one really mentioned Alvarez until he scored that Real Madrid goal.
To be fair, no one mentioned Alvarez until there was a story that we went for him last summer. And everyone, we'll go for him this summer then.
Yeah, I
didn't
think
he
no
was
one really.
possible.
He was on no one's radar, in my opinion, at that point.
Again, I'm not sitting there saying I don't want Alvarez. I'd love Alvarez at the club, but I don't think he'd be that striker that everyone we sign him in. It just goes crazy.
You're
like,
the
everyone-
reason I can't
No,
quit
Cal,
smoking.
The thing is,
You're literally the reason I can't quit smoking, Tom. I cannot quit because
Lad, lad, I'm
it's
sorry.
too much
But-
stress
But
working with you.
right, Rodrigo
This
Muniz
guy
in the last.
criticized Jurgen Klopp for signing Nunes because he scored against us, and he's happy
Rodrigo
to sign
Muniz is in the
Nunes
last
because
year
of
of his
it.
deal as well. So you get
How old is
him
he, Tom?
place.
How old is he?
No, put the fries in the bag, bro.
how old is he, Tom?
I'm-
Rodrigo
I'm-
Muniz? How old is he?
23.
23.
Is it because of the goal we scored against us, the Virgil van Dijk one?
You're moving
No,
like
no,
Yes.
it's not just. It's not
Yes,
just
it is.
because of
Yes,
that.
it is.
It's not just because
Yes,
of
it
that.
is.
It's the fact.
Away
that-
at the Emirates, Muniz missed an empty net header, by the way.
Yeah, guess what, Husam? The great strikers miss chances. Fucking
the
hell.
great strikers.
Yeah.
The great.
All right. Okay. So now we're just going to
You're
take the
calling
words and
Muniz
act
a
like I'm
great?
calling Muniz
Bro,
the great
it's
striker.
really
No,
not
I'm
Muniz.
saying that yes, Rodrigo Muniz missed a big chance against Arsenal, but let's not act like some of the best strikers in the world haven't missed big chances before.
I
I
don't
don't judge
score
them.
more than 8 a season because they're starting more
But
than
he's only
7.
played 7 games.
And there's a
Tom, I
reason
feel
for
like you
that.
keep you change targets like the weather changes in this country, and I'll tell you why.
Right,
No,
so-
wait there, Tom, wait there. Tom, you wanted Cunha. Remember, we done this show. You wanted Cunha at one
I
point.
still
You were
like
like,
Cunha.
we got to get Cunha.
I
Now
still
it's
like
this
Cunha.
guy.
I still like Cunha. But,
But
if you go
what's so
look, if
funny
you
is
go
you
look,
never mentioned him, Tom.
if
You
you
never
go
mentioned him.
if you go look at the names that I mentioned, yes, I mentioned
Yeah.
a lot of names, but they are all of the same type of profile. I like a striker who is like
Yeah.
6'1", 6'2", can handle himself physically, can put himself about, but is a threat in the air. The 4 names that I've been mentioning are Delap, fucking Muniz, Boniface, and Retegi. I have a
No,
clear
but
preference
Tom,
for the
you
striker
wanted
that I want.
Ekatike even before I mentioned.
I've had doubts about Ekatike.
Oh,
always said that
see,
I
this
like
is
the
what
doubts
you
about
do. You prop up the players, then you're actually
Retegi.
no, leave him, and you go to the
Retegi.
next
No,
one.
I have my
Retegi
doubts
is
about
not it.
Ekatike.
What is the
Retegi
doubt?
not
Is it is it the physicality thing for you, or
I just have a real problem with the Bundesliga, and I don't think that the Bundesliga and the type of goals that you can score in the Bundesliga translate.
How much should we
necessarily
put a
well.
price tag to mute Tom from now to the end of this?
what
stream?
about Marmoush?
I wasn't moved on Marmoush.
But look at
Especially Marmoush.
Marmoush.
I wasn't.
My
We none
moose
of us were. To be fair, man, we weren't moving.
No. But what I'm saying is,
I
although
wanted
agree-
Marmoush. I think he's a good striker.
I agree with Tom. Where the league, you look at the Bundesliga and you're like, nah, some of it is a bit funky.
Yo,
But
Marmoush left 3 months ago. He's still the 3rd highest goal scorer in that league. Imagine.
Matt,
Yeah,
Matt,
but
if
Marmoush is a good player, and I thought he was good. I just didn't think he was Liverpool good. That's me being honest.
so what was the problem with me not liking him then?
No.
If you
With
also
Marmoush-
didn't like him,
No, what I'm saying is, you see with Ekatike, because you said, it's the Bundesliga, but what I'm saying
Mhm.
is, but look at Marmoush though. Marmoush is doing well in the Prem.
is he
Maybe
though?
Ekatike could do it. No, Marmoush, he's walked into a bad City team, and they've had Haaland missing, and he's had to carry the burden a little bit with goals.
Yeah,
little
and outside of the Newcastle game, he's got 2 goals and 8.
He's not doing a madness, but
Well, he's not going crazy, but he's just landed.
I'm not
like-
saying he's been rubbish, but I don't think he's worth what they paid for him.
No, I agree with that.
I wouldn't pay that for him.
I'm
wouldn't
gonna
pay
say
that
this.
for
I think
Bundesliga
Marmoush, in
players.
my opinion, is gonna surprise a lot of people next season.
I think
I'm
Marmoush
telling
will,
you.
and if Pep has his way, I think Marmoush will be a rotational player. I don't think he'll be a guaranteed starter.
Well, it depends how they use Marmoush. You're right, because if they get the 10, if they get Wirtz,
I think
Is
he'll be
Marmoush
used-
Also, yeah, Tom Goldsworth has put up another point. I'm a big believer in the Frankfurt curse. Look at all the strikers they've had for years.
Marcus
that have all
Thuram is a
gone
very
on.
good striker. The fuck you mean?
Thuram was
Thuram
not
ain't
Frankfurt.
good, no.
Thuram
I'm
was
not-
You think
Thuram
Marcus Thuram
is-
is not good? I would take
Thuram-
Marcus Thuram over
Marcus Thuram
over.
wasn't at Frankfurt. He was at
That's not
fucking
that's not
Mönchengladbach.
the thing. Callum just said Marcus Thuram is not good.
He's not great, Husam. He's not. Would you want Thuram at Liverpool?
I would take Marcus Thuram over anyone not called Isak. Are you mad?
Oh my no.
Marcus
way.
Thuram is fucking elite. You just don't.
No,
watch
he's
Serie
not
A.
elite,
No,
brother.
You
Sam,
don't even watch Serie A.
Sam,
You
I
don't
got to
watch
pull
it.
you off the ledge. He's not elite, bro. He's not elite. He's not elite.
Name 10 Inter players right now. Callum.
Who,
I
me?
dare you. No, Callum. Go on.
10 Inter players. For what
Yeah.
reason?
Because
Trying to
you
say
don't even watch Serie A.
the
You don't even
league.
watch Serie A.
Bruv, hold on. You're really telling me Marcus Thuram, elite?
Yes.
Come on, Hassan, man. You're better than this.
So
You know
I'm
when you
better
say
than-
elite, he's
I'm
like
better
top
than this.
5
Your
in the
tag
world.
partner wants.
Do you
Your
think he's
tag
top?
partner wants Muniz, and
No,
you're
no.
okay with Delap. But
No,
I'm
I'm a
criticizing
single
Marcus
star.
Thuram.
I'm a single superstar at the moment, bro. I've gone.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. If you're saying he's elite, he's top 5 in the world. Marcus Thuram is a top 5 striker in world football.
Who's above him?
Top 5 strikers in world football right now is who? Haaland, Isak, Mbappe.
Lewandowski,
Not in any order. Lewandowski. Who's
Kane.
5th?
Kane.
Kane.
Kane. Okay, so he's probably after that. I'd say he's 6th, 7th.
Oh, miss me out, son, man.
So who's 6th and 7th then? Who? Name
Brother,
them.
I'm taking Lautaro Martinez over Thuram. Osman, I'm taking over Thuram.
Okay, you want me to
Boniface,
call
I'm
more
taking
right
over
now?
Thuram.
Shall I call more right now?
Bunny,
He's
I'm
an
taking
Inter fan.
I'm taking bloody Delap over Thuram.
Can I show you a video quickly?
I'm
Can you?
taking
No,
him.
one second. He's an Inter fan.
I think Nunes is better than Lautaro. Nunes has more weapons than Lautaro Martinez.
Yes, I was
Lautaro
going to
Martinez.
say Nunes has a lot of good qualities, in my opinion. I mean,
Lautaro doesn't have
his
technical
physical-
ability, can't
his-
pass. He's so weak. He's too slow. And by the way, he bottles it all the time in big moments, and everyone know that.
He
We
scored a
lost
goal in
the
the Copa America final to win
Habibi,
Argentina.
I don't give a fuck about what you fucking do for your country. I don't fucking support Argentina. Fuck Argentina, bro. Who gives a fuck?
Yo,
Mo,
But that's
it's
one
crazy.
Inter fan though. That's all right. That's like, hold on. Do you know what you just did, Husam? That's like me saying, nah, Nunes is sick, and then bringing up something that Drifty says to justify the point.
First of all, if I wanted to bring off a howler from Coppish, I'd bring off your takes, not Drifty. So allow Drifty. Second of all, Lautaro Martinez.
One fan's opinion doesn't make it gospel.
Lautaro Martinez is the type of guy on the 4th and 5th goal he scores. That's the type of guy he is. He's very clutch for Argentina, but he is not clutch for Inter Milan as much as you think. He really is not. Marcus Thuram is a baller. Big up to Lee Gunner for the raid as well.
He's not a baller.
Damn, Lee raided us. Fair enough. Big up Lee. Big up Lee. Anyway, when it comes to make sure guys are liking and subscribing on your way in. So here's the thing with Marcus Thuram. The options that you look at in world football right now,
Is he
As
better
I
than
said-
Rodrigo Muniz?
we agree.
Listen,
Because the game translates.
yeah. Again, I told you I'm a single star now. I'm sure Michael's Tom's Mighty Genetti at this point. Like,
I mean, all I'm going to say is if we're slagging off people who get like 10 goals, 11 goals, Marcus Thuram's got 14.
All right, Tom, check this year. Since 2020 in the league, Martinez 17, 21, 21, 24. This season he's on 11. Marcus Thuram from 2020, 8,
He was in the
3,
Bundesliga for some of
13,
them
But he
years as
wasn't
well.
into the
13, 14.
He said he'd been into for
I
2
don't care
seasons. I
where
think.
he's been, bruv. Single digits. We're
No, we can't run that. But bro, look where he was at before, though. Where was he before?
13, he got 13 last
was at
season, he got
Gladbach.
14 this season.
Yeah.
Last
He was at
season, he was at
Mönchengladbach.
Inter,
Yeah,
got
Gladbach,
13
Cal. We
goals.
can't do that. I know what
Last
you're
season-
saying. I know what you're
Wait,
saying, though.
Last season, Lautaro Martinez got 24 goals in the league for Inter. Marcus
Yeah.
Thuram got 13. What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
No, but do you know what though? All right, this is where, and I'm not trying to. You have to watch it to know that he is the battering ram. To like the way
Brother,
they
I'm not-
play.
I'm not
Yes,
saying
yes.
anything.
No.
Yes.
Let me land quickly. Let me land.
I can't believe we're doing this debate.
Do you know what I'm gonna no, Carl? I don't even rate Trent. That's what I said to Husam. I don't rate him like that at all. But one thing I do know is whenever they play, it's always Thuram will occupy the space. Lautaro is the one that will try and spin off him. Thuram is there to occupy the defenders. That's why even for Atletico, even though it hasn't kind of.
He's a Heskey.
That's what Rodrigo
Kinda,
Muniz does.
yeah,
for,
I would
for
say so,
Fulham,
Kai,
but
in my
we're
opinion.
walking at Rodrigo
Look,
Muniz.
I love Emil
In my
Heskey.
opinion, he is.
Did
In my
anyone
opinion.
ever call Emil Heskey a baller?
1 second, guys. Mo, I'm
Or
live
any-
on YouTube right now. You're an Inter Milan fan. Tell the world about Marcus Thuram. Callum started laughing when I said he's better than Lautaro and he's elite. Tell him.
No, he's not elite.
Yeah, bro. The strength, the speed, the finishing is better than Lautaro. Just watch the
Oh,
compilation of the
miss
goals
me
that he
out.
had. He misses chances like Haaland misses the most of the chances in the Premier League.
Oh,
he's a
we
better-
comparing him to Haaland.
And I think his strength,
He's not
by the
compared.
way,
He just said, yeah.
is top notch. I don't think there is in world football in hold up play for long balls. And if you,
Rodrigo Muniz.
there's people don't enough.
Thank
The problem.
Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
If people don't player, they will for the fail player, they will look for the compilation how good he is. It's just about
Thank you, Mo. Appreciate that. Appreciate you. Big up,
So we
big up,
could
bro.
actually
Big
with
up.
chest control then. That's what we're saying.
So you got his pace, you got
He's
his
got-
power,
he's
you got his
pace.
hold up play,
So he's a-
you got
he's a
his finishing ability,
he's got
you got the way that he finishes
finishing
chances,
ability.
and exactly what Matt just described. That's how I know you don't watch Inter. Here's the thing with the Inter Milan. They create everything based off of Martinez finishing the final chance. So the fact that Marcus Thuram has like 15 goals is actually massive credit to him because the team is not revolved around Marcus Thuram. The team is revolved around Lautaro Martinez. The whole point of Inter Milan is let me have Lautaro Martinez do the tap-in at the end. That's literally what they try to act for. Marcus Thuram is like part of their system, you know? Like he's like almost like their system. He's their style. He's the one that is like the battering ram behind Lautaro. He's not the guy that's getting chances all the time.
I'm
That's
gonna be
just the
real with
reality.
you. If we ever sign Marcus Thuram, I'm done.
If we sign Marcus Thuram, I'd celebrate.
I know you would, and that's my part. That's part of my problem, Husam. I'm done.
Cal,
Yeah, but you want
Cal.
Angelo Stiller and you want a random American.
leave
Yeah.
And you
Angelo
wanted
Stiller out of it.
Schlotterbeck and he got an MCL.
Leave
And you
Angelo
said
Stiller out of
FSG into the day I die.
Both better than
Matt,
Thuram.
Not Matt. Cal.
Get me Lukaku instead of Thuram.
Cal, let
Oh
me
no,
ask you
no,
this.
no, Cal, you're doing too much.
He's
Not
Prem-
now.
Oh
Not
my
now,
God!
not
Did he
now,
just say
Cal, not
Lukaku
now.
over Thuram?
Not now, Cal. Not now.
It's not a wild take.
Cal,
It's
don't
not-
let
it's
him-
not a wild take.
I'm trying,
It's not a
Cal, don't
wild
let him
take.
draw you in. He's trying to
It's not
get
a
you
wild
to say
take.
any strikes.
He's
not a
triggered
wild
me.
take.
He's triggered me. He has triggered me. I'm not gonna lie. He's triggered
Not
me.
Lukaku now. Not Lukaku now.
Cal,
Dude, so much,
Cal,
man.
to
Dude, so much.
Ram for 80 or Muniz for 20.
Are you
Say
still
that
going
again?
on about Muniz, Tom?
I am.
No one
I
is
am.
gonna say yes to
Flipping hell,
Muniz.
bro.
Tom.
We
Just put the
speak
fries
about
in the
Marcus
bag.
Thuram. There's me thinking, is Tom still talking about Muniz?
He's still
I
talking
know.
about Muniz. Put the fries in the bag. No one will agree with that. No one is agreeing with Muniz.
Marcus Thuram has 14 goals and 2,100 league minutes this
Callum is a
season.
solo superstar.
Muniz
Matt is
has
my
8
teammate.
in
I speak for
800.
all three of us. We don't want Muniz under any circumstances. Okay?
Yeah, Muniz.
Done?
Yeah,
You'll see the
sorry,
light.
Tom.
You'll see the light soon.
Sorry, Tom, but I don't see. Like, I think he's decent, Tom. But
20
remember,
mil. You get him for 20 mil, by the way, because he's in the last year of his deal.
But Tom, think of it like this, though. You're now leading the line for Liverpool.
No, because
bro.
he'll be rotating with someone else. I'm not buying
we
one
don't
of
know.
Guys,
them.
just
He needs to be
give me
the only
just give me
striker.
2 minutes. I'm gonna come back. I just need to help my
Yeah,
mom out,
yeah,
so.
no worries, bro. But but if
Please
you're the
don't let
main
Tom
striker-
say any more dumb shit. BRB.
Yeah, we'll try.
I think the club could look at a Muniz Delap strike partnership for next season.
Oh.
If we get Muniz and Delap for next, I'm done. I'm
Okay.
actually done.
Tom, I'll be real with you. I'll never forgive you if we sign Muniz, bro.
Because that'll be because of you, Tom. And I'll never forget the
Every
day when
time I
Tom
see
said-
your name pop up in the chat, I'm gonna time you out, bro. I
Yeah,
will never
but what
forgive
if
you.
what if Muniz starts scoring the goals? You won't be
Oh,
angry then, will you?
No, but yeah,
No,
but
that's
what's
a
the
big
likelihood
if,
of that?
though. Yeah.
It's not a big if the man
That's like
scores
me
goals
saying
when
if
he's given the
Nunes starts
chance.
scoring goals, he'll be one of the best strikers in the world.
No, because the other one,
If I was 10
Muniz
years
scores
younger, I'd
goals,
have to make
Muniz
it
just
for
doesn't get the minutes. Muniz has a really good goal to minute ratio. That I look at that and I'm looking at it for 20 mil.
Tom,
I wouldn't be against that.
I don't want
Who's he
this player
scored
I'm
against
about
this
to
season?
mention. I don't want
Who's he
this
scored
player-
against this season?
Yeah.
Us, Arsenal, Tottenham, assist against United, goal against Wolves, goal
Oh.
against Newcastle, goal against Chelsea, goal against us. So he scored in both games against us. Goal against City. The man scores in the big games and a goal against Palace.
Okay, so he scores
All
the big
jokes is-
game when there's bare space in behind.
when they don't treat Fulham with no respect. But anyway, just quickly,
Bare space in teams where there's bare space in behind, he has joy.
just
But
quickly
you've gotta
though.
look-
Wait,
you've got to look at the
wait.
goals.
Who's better? I don't like this player I'm about to mention, but who do you actually think's better, Muniz or Wisa?
Muniz. As a striker, Muniz. Which is better off the wing? Muniz is a striker.
I'm going to repeat the question. Who do you genuinely think is better, Wisa or Muniz?
Rodrigo Muniz.
Tom, you are.
Killing me, yeah.
For the type of striker I like, it's Muniz.
And I understand Muniz isn't crap. He's not crap, by the way. He's not. He's decent. I don't even rate Wisa like that, but Wisa's better though, you know.
Wisa's very good. I think he's better when he's got a striker to play off of, though.
What even about Mbeumo? And he's not.
Mbeumo's
Here's the
very
thing.
good, but I wouldn't buy
Mbeumo's
Mbeumo
not a
to go
striker
front
though.
for
In my
Liverpool.
opinion, Mbeumo's more of a wing. He's more of a second striker.
I think both Wisa. I'm thinking for Liverpool, Wisa and Mbeumo aren't strikers. If I was going to buy them for Liverpool,
I agree
they're
with you,
playing
actually.
Gakpo and Salah's positions. I need
Definitely
a striker.
Mbeumo, because Mbeumo's not a. I think Mbeumo is like the perfect second striker for me. He's a second striker.
For us, our second striker's off the right, though.
Yeah. So it'd be Salah. Yeah, Salah thing.
I just look for what I think Liverpool need as a striker.
What's Weezy
I
done
think they
this
need. I
year,
think
though?
they need someone who's a bit of a physical presence, who can hold up play, who can bring others into it. That for me is the likes of your Liam Delap and your Rodrigo Muniz.
All right.
That's what you need to look for.
We wouldn't get Weezy anyway at the age.
Cunha is one where I look at it and go, he can do everywhere across that front line. You bring Cunha in, you cover multiple positions.
No need for Cunha. Let's just get Muniz. Anyway,
Yeah, see, finally, Husam.
Tom, you know Weezy's got 14 in 27.
Again, Jan Vis is a very good player. I don't think he's a striker, though. I don't think you put him up front on his own.
No, fair enough.
yeah. You want to know when Matt says fair enough? It means he's had enough of your bullshit. Anyway,
Also, he's 29 next season.
Tom.
Yeah,
stop
no.
it.
I remember my whole premise was I said I don't even really rate the player that high like that, but I just wanted to make a point of like I even think Weiss is better than Muniz. I don't want Weiss though. I don't want Weiss to make that clear.
If
Tom,
Rodrigo
Tom.
Muniz
Let me just read these
he'd
super
have the
chats so we
numbers.
can wrap up, because this guy is just you're doing too much, Tom, as per usual. Anyway, big up to Grim Grievance, who says, big up brother, Husam from Maryland. I always listen to you at work, but I would take my chances with Delap. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you for watching us as well. I do think Delap is a good option as a backup. Definitely. I'm not too against that. Cal, you can't have Salah and Kane in the same team. Both won't run. If Salah goes, we need to get Kane, no doubt. I do think they will figure it out, but Kane must change the way he plays.
Salah and Kane would be absolutely fine.
I mean, Salah doesn't want to run behind much anymore, so
He wouldn't need to. He just has to find Kane and Kane.
That's kind of how Kane's entire playstyle works.
Just imagine the amount of chances.
Matt, you don't tell me and you never fight compared to
I
these
know.
two.
Hold on. The amount of times
I'm letting these two fight.
Salah has put the ball on a plate for another attacker and they've not scored. Imagine if that's
Mhm.
Harry Kane on the end of it.
Yeah,
but Harry Kane don't have the pace
Harry
to get him
Kane
behind. like
Kane
that.
won't be there. Harry Kane will still be at DM waiting to spray a fucking 50-yard long pass.
So, do you watch Harry Kane how he plays at Bayern Munich?
Do you think we're going to play like how Bayern Munich play?
If we have Harry Kane, we can.
We won't, though.
So you're telling me
Bayern Munich play about 6 fucking attacking
you're telling
midfielders
me
at once.
all Salah does is pick up the ball like 40 yards out and play through balls and people run onto it and score goals. Is this what we're doing?
That's not what Salah does at all.
So what does Salah do? How does he create a lot of his chances?
He gets in and around the penalty area and puts crosses in, or plays through balls, or dribbles.
And
And
guess who's
plays
going to be on the
passes.
end of those through balls?
Harry
and
Kane
goals?
won't be there though. He
Why
won't
wouldn't he
be there.
Why would
He'll
he
be
be
too busy having dropped deep. And if Mahrez pass going, fucking hell, I'm good, aren't I?
What? And maybe create for someone else. I'd be all right with that as well. to be fair.
Harry Kane is overrated.
But Muniz isn't. But
Muniz is
Muniz
underrated.
but Muniz is the truth, yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm
Tom
First
didn't even believe his
decision
own
of Callum
statement.
Sanderson's life
Nah,
is back
Tom
in
didn't even
Premier.
believe his own
Now he
statement. Man sat back and went like this.
Tom might be the reason why you can't quit smoking. Tom might be the reason why I bloody start.
I take back my earlier
Oh,
super
man.
chat. Tom, you're cooked. Yeah, he's completely cooked. 100%.
I love
Trust-
this show, man.
trust
I can't
the
lie.
vision,
I love
people.
this show. One of my
Trust the
favorite
vision.
shows. I can't lie. Easy.
I agree. I
love
have
this
fun
show,
doing
man.
this. Frankfurt got 90 million for Mwani. Ekitike is next.
You've
Nope.
got to go through Frankfurt. There's Luka Jovic, 60 million. Andre Silva, 40 million. Callum Warney, 90 million. Frankfurt strikers don't do well.
How Mwani? No, but don't say that about it. I wanna. Someone's got to break that freaking.
Yeah,
curse,
someone will
bro.
break the
Yeah,
curse.
We're not talking about cases.
Yeah, nah,
how many have
PSG.
failed to break the Cal case?
But do you know when I knew Mwani was already cursed? You
That
know
wasn't
in the
great.
final of the
That went
World
even
Cup.
straight. Tom just went up to me like that and said, "Bam!"
Yeah, that was uncalled.
You know when Denzel killed Idris in American Gangster? That's what Tom just did to me.
That wasn't
Came back as well. Sebastian Haller
Halle
came from Frankfurt as well. Went to West Ham. Was
Bro,
right.
you know Mwani was the same striker that
You
missed
know who
that
broke
chance
the
at the
curse
last
already? Marmoush, by the way.
at the World Cup.
Oh,
That
Hassan,
was
he's got
Mwani.
2 and 8.
Who's got 2 and 8?
Marmoush, he hasn't broke the case. The case isn't broke.
Bro, Marmoush has
9
got like
games.
6 in 13 games for Man City already.
No, if you, like I said, You got a hat trick against Newcastle. Well done. If I ignore that game, he got he got 2.
Oh, let's
So what
ignore
we do
the
is
hat
we
trick
take
now.
away,
Okay.
we take away hat tricks against good teams. Okay,
2 right, we
Yeah,
do.
we're taking away a hat trick. We wish we had someone to score a hat trick against Newcastle in the fucking final.
This is
That
what I
would've
was,
been
I was
nice.
about to say because Newcastle aren't good, are they?
Wouldn't
The
that
same
have
team
been
that
nice,
beat us.
Mr. Little? Thank you. Turam is ML Heskin
Tom.
25. No thanks. First of all, Tom Goldsworthy. I don't know what your age is, but you didn't watch Heskey and Owen
Heskey is
partnership.
better than what Turam was.
Heskey was fucking cold, bro. All this,
Heskey
like,
was,
allow KSI Heskey at Aston Villa memes. We're talking about prime Heskey.
Yeah. Now Prime Heskey.
Heskey was
serious.
cold, bro.
Heskey's
Go
twice
watch some of
better
those Heskey goals, bro. I promise you, please, after the stream ends, go watch Heskey compilation.
Nice.
Just watch the amazing goals he scored for Liverpool football.
KSI done unimaginable damage to Emil Heskey's reputation.
Yeah,
I know.
did.
Yeah, it's crazy.
he did. Big up to Chombe. He says, big up, my brother. Big up to you, Chombe. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
big up,
Chombe.
love for the love. And thank you. It's been a while since I've seen you. I hope you and your family are good as well. Full credit to McAllister, Salah, and Gakpo in slot. Yeah, listen, shall we just get this over the line so we can put this title in the bag? And yeah, big up to every single one of you guys. This was an absolutely elite stream. We're gonna be on Copish Friday this week, not Thursday.
Yeah,
Friday.
It's not time for that, so we'll sort that out.
We're gonna find out a time where we can all agree. I set up a poll
We'll
when
probably
the
find
thing.
out 20 minutes before the stream starts or something.
Yeah, Callum will wake up on Friday at like 9 a.m. Go like, yo, you guys free at 1? Like, when I'm, that's just what he does, and I'm like half asleep and shit. Like, anyway. I set up a poll when we first started speaking. Choose one, Delap or Sesko. 73% voted Delap and only 25% voted Sesko. So very big discrepancy there. So
Here's the killer. We'll probably end up with Sesko.
Carl, anyhow we end up with Sesko, I will be so disappointed, bro.
So will I, but we'll probably end up with Sesko.
So essentially, I just went from prison to jail. So what's the difference? I was in prison with Nunez doing life for life, and now I'm in jail. Like,
Better food,
it's
innit?
just never gonna end, Robbie.
Better food and
Anyway.
commissary.
It is what it is. It is what it is. Tom should be in
man.
jail for his money's take. That's all I know. Anyway,
so-
guys.
Sorry for wanting the guy who scored against every single team in the top 6.
Oh, okay. You wanted Check to Corey. You wanted Mason Mount.
Mhm.
Anyway, big up to every single one of you guys. We're 10 likes away from 400. Do like the video on your way out. Do subscribe to the channel.
Hold on, you wanted Sergio Ramos? You wanted Jose Mourinho?
Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. This stream's gonna take you over to Footy Judgmo, where I'm headed as well in about an hour and 20 minutes. You get me? So big up to you. Tom Little is in the description. Give him a subscribe.
This
Sanderson
dictatorship.
show in the description. So I can't even promote your partner. You've already stabbed him in the back.
He wants
trying
a
to promote
Hwang
his
Hee-chan as
channel.
well, by the way, people. He wants a Hwang Hee-chan.
Subscribe to the Sanderson show because he speaks UFC over there. Subscribe to the Matt One show. He's been promising a FIFA stream for a month. And subscribe to Copish, you guys. You get me? So yeah. I'm gonna see you guys over at Footy Judgmo, and I'm doing Arsenal Madrid. Watch along. Come on, Madrid. Hala Madrid inadama.
No, we need Arsenal to win this first leg.
Why?
No, we need Madrid to beat. What are you talking about?
No, because if Arsenal win the first leg, you understand the
rest
team
players.
Arteta's putting out at the weekend. It's going to be so shit.
No, don't be surprised if he tries to do. Dare I say, I still think he'll go
They'll
strong
probably
again. You know,
do.
Tom.
Tom's
I
got
don't think
about a week.
No, he'll play out the shittest team goal at the weekend.
Callum,
We don't
after
want to give
everything
them
you're
any
saying,
hope
I'm not
whatsoever.
sorry.
Because
That's
Matt,
yourself,
Matt,
truly.
they're not
Deep down.
going to win by 3 or 4. They'll win by 1, and then they've got to go Bernabeu. I don't care.
True.
So I'm quite willing to let them have their night in London where they beat Real Madrid 1-0.
We just can't have
And then go
Arsenal winning the
Bernabeu and get
Champions League. I don't think you understand. I need every European team that's still left to make sure, and that's why I'm the biggest hater. I don't care. We need to make sure it don't happen. I can't have Arsenal fans winning the Champions League while we win the Prem. I just can't. I'm just letting you guys know.
This
Villa
is true.
fans,
Low-key, if they win the Champions League, it usurps what we did.
I can't accept that, man.
They won't, though.
I can't do that.
Even if they get past Real Madrid, which they won't, they're going to play PSG.
They beat
Yeah, but football's when I say football's a funny old game.
That wasn't this PSG, though.
Listen, I'm not saying I still think Real Madrid will go through, but one thing I've noticed more and
And
more
then they get to the
lately-
final, they're playing one of Barcelona or Inter.
Yeah,
They're
but
fucked.
it's football. Anything can happen, you know. Don't be like, Anyway, I'm not saying too much. I just don't want
Nah,
Arsenal to win.
the magic of football is not immune from the Real Madrid hoodoo in the Champions League.
Ferland Mendy
The
versus
magic of football,
City.
according to Tom, includes Muniz moving to Liverpool Football Club.
Exactly.
Anyway,
So
guys, love you all. And
he's the Bobby Firmino replacement. He's Brazilian.
Tom,
We get a
oh,
Brazilian striker.
Just
Tom, can I just
out,
end the
man.
stream without us wanting to punch you in the face? Can I just fucking end it, please? I really want to go eat, and I want to tell the guys which time we're gonna do this Friday. Can we just talk backstage for 2 minutes? I've had enough of your fucking bullshit. I've had enough. Like, I'm gonna be taking considerable amounts to ban him from next Tuesday. Like, I'm gonna completely ban him from the show, and it's just you're just such a fraud. Man said Muniz and Firmino in the same sentence. I honestly, if I like ban you from this channel, I have every right to do so. Love you all, guys.